Hello, how we doing? It's Paul with Paul's Beer Reviews, and we're doing a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in ages, to the point where I clicked go live and did the 30-second countdown, and the jingle was completely different, which caught me completely off guard. But I quite liked it. I think it's an improvement on the last one, less dramatic, a bit more positive. But yes, it says no one's watching at the moment, which is always a bit worrying. But I'll keep waffling. And then if people watch it back, it might be worth watching. But it's been a while. I haven't done a live stream on this channel since Christmas. I was looking back at the last time I'd done one. I had a Christmas tree up behind me. That's how long it's been already. Yeah, I do apologize. People want live streams. I have asked, subscribers and members of the channel what they're after, and live stream is always high up there. Getting the time to do them is my main issue. I work weekends. I just so happen to have a day off today, and I didn't have any plans until the evening, so I thought I would sit for a couple of hours and have a couple of drinks and chat with anyone who's watching and wants to chat. I did a video a week or so ago having a go at Coors and the general state of the beer industry in this country, particularly supermarket ready lagers and things like that. And the response to it was very good. So I kind of put it out to subscribers if they wanted a live stream to chat about it. And again, everyone said yes. So there was even more reason for me to do a live stream. So yeah, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, say hello. Let me know you're there. It's a warm one. I'm not expecting it to be a crazy one. I imagine people are hopefully outdoors enjoying the sunshine, but it is a bit hot. It is hot. I'm currently enjoying an energy drink just to keep myself going. A pineapple monster. Very nice too. Oh, Ben Matthews is in. This is hello, Paul. I'm here for a short time before going off to my local meat raffle to support my social club. Cheers. Currently drinking a Ghost Ship. Fancied a bottled ale today for a change. Why not? Why not? Thank you for joining us, Ben. Hope you're well, buddy. Supporting your social club. Funnily enough, I'm going to a social club tonight. One I've not been to for a long, long time, but a couple of old friends are having an anniversary party, so I'm going back to my roots, back to my old stomping ground. But you've got to support your local. Oh, get that down the hatch. That's better. Nice. But yes, so how have you been, Ben? How have you been? I see you've been commenting, supporting the channel, which is beautiful. Thank you very much for that. He's having a Ghost Ship. I haven't had a Ghost Ship for a while. I don't mind Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship's one of them beers that I always, in my opinion, improved. I think the first time I tried it, I wasn't keen. And probably going back a few years now, they sort of changed the recipe slightly, and I think the Citra hop in particular was more pronounced. I think it really improved the beer. But yeah, I am a fan of Ghost Ship now. I don't drink it very often, but I should do really. They've done Pinter, them sort of home brewing machines. They've released like a Ghost Ship package, haven't they? So you can brew your own version of Ghost Ship. And I'm tempted. I think of all the pinters I've seen so far, I think that Ghost Ship one is the one that's really, really piqued my interest. So I might have a go at that. I might document it and see how bad it goes. Never done really any home brewing. I've kind of gone from nothing to brewing on an industrial scale. So a bit of home brewing where I'm there on my own might be a bit different. But it'll look, the Pinter adverts make it look very easy. So yeah. He says, not bad, thanks. Very hot forward, this one I've got. Nice. I do wonder if there's any difference between the canned and the bottled version, because I always feel like the canned version of Ghost Ship, I always felt like the Citra was more prevalent, like more prominent. I don't know if that's just, I'm imagining that. But out of the two, I always felt a cold can of Ghost Ship. I always thought the Citra hop really came through. But it's been a while. I might have to pick some more up. They haven't dropped the ABV on it, have they, Ben? They haven't gone down that route like everyone else seems to be doing. I hope not. But yeah, it's a decent. Was it 4.5% Ghost Ship by Adnams? That is a nice, very drinkable pale ale. Yeah, I'm going to get a beer in. I'm going to get my first beer. I'm going for a lager. It's lager weather. It's bloody hot. Siren, they're Pachanga Mexican lager. What's this one? 4 point something. 5.5. Mine, it's quite strong. Never mind. 5.5. I was going to do a session strength beer stream this afternoon. I've gone straight in for 5.5. But I've had this one before, and I am a fan. I've actually got a couple of these Mexican lagers to drink this afternoon. It's perfect weather for it. Perfect weather. You look different. I knew it wouldn't take as long for someone to spot it. I managed to accidentally shave my moustache off this morning. So yes, I now have stubble instead of a moustache. I hope I haven't got less hair on my head. I've still got very little, but I shaved that. But yes, I got the clippers out this morning, and I thought the blades were a little bit sticky, so I made the mistake of taking the clip off and oiled up the blades, and I was like, oh, the blades are running a lot nicer now. Completely forgot to put the clip back on, and I just went at my tash with nothing. And when I saw a big lump of hair fall on the floor, I was like, oh shit. I looked myself in the mirror and I thought, well, I've got to go on, haven't I? I've got to keep going. So I shaved the tash off. So yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird, and it looks even worse when I've got the light on me. I can really see it. My wife was like, don't worry about it, I'll be back again in a few days. But there is that moment when it first happens, and you're just like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Yes. So the tash, the tash is currently missing. So this is like the least amount of hair I've had on my top lip in about 20 years. Typical. No, the tash is gone. It wasn't deliberate. Oh dear. Not good. Yeah, that was my reaction. Very Islam. Very Islam. Is it time to convert? Do you reckon they'll come over and offer me a leaflet or something if they see me walking down the street? Amish look to it. Yeah, Amish. I don't know. I'll rock it. I'll rock it until the hair comes back. Anyway, cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining. Blue Tack 97. Welcome along. Joey, welcome along, buddy. What time is it over there, Joey? It's got to be crazy early, isn't it? TSC 777. Thank you for coming along. New names. I'm enjoying that. It's religious to shave the tash in Islam. Is it really? Do Muslims not have moustaches? I don't think I've ever looked at a Muslim that closely before. Sup, dude? Sup? Facial hair grows back in like 3 days. Yeah, to be fair. Excuse me. I had a shave. I went out. When did I go out? Monday night I went out for a drink. Met up with a couple of mates. And I kind of shaved on my face and on my neck. And literally by like Wednesday, it was all back with full vengeance. So, yeah. It shouldn't take too long. It's 10 a.m. That's not too bad. 10 a.m. So what are you? You East Coast? I was going to kind of think. That's where my brother is. My brother's Boston. So it'd be 10 a.m. over there. Well, 10 past 10. Nope. It says they can have stubble, but the beard is always grown. All right. So it's like they have to have facial hair if you're a Muslim. Who knew? I thought they just did it by choice, just a bunch of hairy bastards. Who knew? We are same as Boston. Yeah, 5 hours behind us. Get it. I get it. So 10 a.m. So what's your plan for the day, Joey? Still early doors there. You got the whole day. What is your plan? Are you having a chilled one? Having an easy one? What's everyone doing? Blue Tape, what are you up to today? Doing anything much? TSC, if you're still in. Ben, if you're still in. Max is in. Hello, Max. Said, not looking too bad. I'm on the double Bornham Belgian beer after cleaning the garage in this heat. Oof. Pick the day. You pick the day to clean the garage. I mean, I think it's literally 30 degrees now. And my laptop's telling me it's 27, but it feels hotter than that. It feels hotter than that. And my phone's telling me it's 29. Laptop's telling me it's 27. That's usually a sign when it's bloody hot, when they can't tell you what temperature it is. Dakistan style beard is the most common beard in Islam. Dakistan. I have to look that up. Nick S, hello sir. Since I've been watching a few of the videos because I've been an ale drinker for years, but exploring lager recently because of the heat wave. Pretty useful. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're getting some use out of it. I do enjoy my lagers. It's a style of beer that can often be forgotten sort of during the craft beer movement, but I still think I think if I'm pushed, it's there with the IPA, my two favourite styles of beer. I'm on a lager now. And it's a good one. If you've not had that one before, the Pachanga from Siren, their Mexican lager. It's got that lovely citrus and slightly salty finish that makes you want to go back in for that next week. Really good bit of brewing that. It's hotter than a bunch of ball sacks. So today, stay in the AC and chill all day. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. It has been crazy hot over there, hasn't it? My brother was saying it was like nearly 40 in Boston a couple of weeks ago. That's way too hot. Way too hot. TSC, just sitting in front of the fan. It's boiling. Same. I've got the fan on me, next to me, keeping me cool. You can't sit still without a fan on you at the moment. It's just too bloody hot. It's too hot. I'm chilling in the house, not doing nothing much. You know, I cannot blame you. I cannot blame you when the weather's like this. Chill, keep cool. It's probably the best thing anyone can do. I was camping with the boy all week at Boy Scout camp, so I'm taking it easy. I'll probably clean out the studio in the AC. Sounds like a good plan. Ben went to our local pub yesterday for a meal and noticed they had a new craft beer on taps. It was by Salt and called Alpacalypse. I have had Alpacalypse. That is their session IPA. It's like a 4.3% type thing. I tried it at Brew London a few weeks back and it was enjoyable. It's a decent session IPA. There's a lot of them on the market now. It's kind of like their take on neck oil. You know how neck oil is everywhere since Heineken bought it. They've distributed it all over the place, and it's neck oil. I mean, it's not a terrible beer, but it's not what it was. It's not what it was, and everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing them now. They seem to be knocking out these sort of lower, sort of between 4 and 4.5% session IPAs. And they're all kind of sort of much of a muchness, but Alpacalypse isn't bad. Have you tried Mackeson's Milk Stout? Not for a long time. Not for a long time. I think last time I had a Mackeson's Milk Stout, I remember it tasting particularly sweet. That I just chucked a load of artificial sweetener in it. But it might be time for a revisit. Are you a fan of that one, Blue Tech? Chef Beer is in. Hello. It says I'm on the Corona and Limes. Love me some complex beers, but when the sun is out, I just want refreshment. Yep, I totally get that. It is too hot. When it is too warm, you just want something cold and wet, don't you? Really, you know. I probably drink more non-alcoholic beers when it's this hot. It's probably the only time you'll see me drinking the non-alcoholic beers. It's just when it's too hot, you know. O'Hara's Red, I like that. I've had O'Hara's Red. That's a very good one. I do like that one. It's going to be 32 today. I'm about done with the heat, my friend. Yeah, I'm not a summer guy. I don't enjoy summer. I like it autumn. I like it when it's a little bit cooler. You know, I like being able to control my temperature. You know, if I'm cold, I put a jumper on. You know, I put a sweater on, I put a shirt on or something, you know, but when it's warm, you don't have a choice. You know, you don't have a choice. You have to find like the thinnest, lightest material you can. I've literally got like a pair of basketball shorts and an old football shirt on at the moment just to stay cool, you know, just trying to be as cool as I can be. You'll be at the Tottenham Stadium. The Browns game, yes, they are. They're playing Spurs, aren't they? They're playing at Spurs this autumn. Who are they playing? Who are the Browns playing? I should know this. They're not playing the Jaguars, are they? October the 5th. I'll be there from the 3rd to the 7th of October. Fantastic. Fantastic. How do you feel about the Browns having to come to England to play one of their games? Is it something you're excited about, or is it something you kind of think, it's a bit cheeky, you know, especially mid-season? You know, all of our teams are all playing in different parts of the world at the moment for these sort of pre-season competitions. But, yeah, we haven't got any regular season games that end up abroad yet. I know they want to. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was a Premier League game in the States before long. But the alpaca from Salt isn't too bad for pub beer. So wasn't alpaca, the original alpaca from Salt, was that an IPA? I can't remember now. I'm sure alpaca was an IPA. And this new Alpacalypse is like a session IPA. You should review Sharp's Doom Bar. See, I haven't had Doom Bar for a long time. That's a beer for me that's really gone downhill over the years. It's like nothing like it was. But yeah, I have to give it a go. That's the lactose. Hopper Reviews, Hopper in. Hi, Paul. Hello. How are we doing? Hopper Reviews, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Are you on the beer, son? Are you having a go? I'm going to try it soon, hopefully. Do it. TSC's on the Stella. He's on the Stella. The 4.5% jobby. I did touch on Stella when I had my rant last week. How they dropped the ABV of that. Stella was like probably the first lager I ever bought on draft in a pub, and it was 5.2 back then. It's a shadow of its former self. But there we go. Nick says, got some Peroni Red in. I love it, but wish I also had something more refreshing like Korev or Asahi. Excuse me, Korev. That's another one I've not had for a while. That's the St. Austell lager, isn't it? Korev, if I remember correctly. I think last time I had that, I thought it was quite... I don't know if I had a bad bottling. I remember I reviewed it and I thought it tasted quite happily. It tasted a bit weird. It was almost like a cider aspect to it. But it's been a while. Have you had a Percy Pig Guinness? No. Elaborate. I've not had a Percy Pig Guinness, but it sounds great. I like Guinness and I like a Percy Pig. What is a Percy Pig? Stella's my go-to in the UK. They just have it everywhere. They do. Stella is all over the place. It's all over the place. I just wish it was still as strong as it was when they first started exporting it. It'd be so much better. You like Stella too, but its go-to is Tyskie. I've never known how to pronounce that. The Polish one. It's just totally debilitating when it's this bloody hot. It is. You just sit there sweating. You know, when it's this hot, you just sit there. There's nothing you can do. You can't cool down. You just sat there struggling with it. And when you're a big bloke like me, it's even worse. You know, sitting there just sweating, doing nothing. You're like, oh, I hate it. I'm not a fan of summer. I'm sorry. I do not care for summer. It's too hot. There's nothing on telly. There's no proper football. Roll on autumn. Bring it on. Flannel shirts, pumpkin spice. Roll it on. I had 3 stouts and 3 double cinnamon aftershock shots yesterday. Cinnamon aftershock. Blimey. I didn't know they did a cinnamon one. I know I used to do them aftershock shots back in the day. What was the blue one? Was it like cool mint or something like that? Just to set them on fire, was to put the lighter in and set them on fire. Oh dear. The Browns are playing the Vikings. Minnesota are back, are they? Because they were at Tottenham last year as well. Great crowd. They brought a really good crowd with them, the Vikings fans. They were mental. Really good. I love cinnamon liquor and whiskies. So do you like, was it Fireball? You a fan of that one? Fireball sounds like it's a bit of you. Minnesota, yeah. I was stoked because I know so many people over there. That's the result. So you can see all the boys in London. Go watch the football. Yeah, it's just weird for me. It's weird. The Tottenham suddenly turned around and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to play a regular season game in New York or something." I'd just be like, "Oh, okay." I don't think it'd go down well here. I just don't think people would be too happy about it. It's expensive enough as it is following your club, and then when you've got to go across the Atlantic to watch a game of football, it just, I don't know. Just don't think we'd be too happy about it here. You're asked to travel. Yeah, that's the one way of looking at it. If you got the money there and you got the time, it's an awesome thing to do, I guess. Biggest beer brands like Stella are the worst. All hard water. Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. If you can't even get the water conditioning right on the beer, you're kind of struggling from the off. Lots of glucose, yeah. As that cause, I drank glucose in it. Not good. It says he's not a fan of regular Stella, but quite impressed with the Stella Unfiltered. Yeah, Stella Unfiltered isn't bad. It's not bad. It's got a little bit more going on with it. A bit more of a citrusy flavour, I felt. Don't really drink unless I'm travelling. So Stella was just easy because my buddies were drinking it too. Yeah, if you're coming over to London, mate, you can get some good lagers in London. Pillars are a really good London-based lager brewer. Have you ever tried any of the Abyss brewery beers from down here in Lewes? I have had beer from Abyss. I'm sure I have. I think I've had Abyss at beer festivals over the years. I don't think I've ever reviewed any Abyss beers on the channel, though. Might be another brewery to revisit. But I do specifically remember having Abyss beers at a beer festival. Pretty sure of it. Hopper says, I'm on the beer. Not the good stuff, though. Doing a review of Madri versus Aldi's Grand versus Little Sabor. All gassed up now. So have they all got the same branding, where it's like a blatant Madri ripoff? Is it one of them? Because I have seen that Little Sabor one, or Sabor, and it's got the geezer stood on the front of it with his checkered gear and that. It's just a blatant Madri ripoff. That should be a good video, that. I want some Dunkin's coffee and this Gelato 33 strain. Don't ask me what the 33 means. No. Gelato 33. So what is it, a cold coffee? It's like a ice creamy kind of thing. Guinness, is that what it is? Is that what a Percy Pig Guinness is? Just Guinness and blackcurrant? I didn't know that. I just thought it was a Guinness and blackcurrant. Guinness and Ribena. Percy Pig, who knew? Taisky. Let's call it Taisky. We'll go with that. Basic white girl. Getting your coffees in. Love it. I don't mind supper. I just don't want excessive heat for days in a row. Yeah. The thing is, when we get that over here, our houses are built different over here, man. Our houses are built to keep heat in. Once the houses are hot, they're hot. And there's nothing you can do about it until the weather drops and it stays cooler for a few days. You just sat there in a hot house. It's so annoying. I've got an aircon unit in the bedroom. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep. And I cannot not sleep. I'm grumpy enough as it is, but when I can't sleep, I'm even worse. The craft beer hub. Here he is. It's Mark. Marky boy. How are you, sir? How are you? Oh, you're back from Germany now, aren't you? So Marky's just had the most epic German beer trip. How long was you out there? A couple of weeks or so? He's just been sending us photos the last week or so of all these beers in the most amazing settings. Like drinking Weiss beers with like German castles in the background and that. It's absolutely disgusting. It looks like he's had the most amazing time. Fireball, yeah. JD Fire, yeah. The cinnamon Jack Daniels. Only spirit I drink is I say that Bekarovka. Lovely stuff. What is that? What is it? Need to try Goldschlager and Jim Beam Heat. So it's all over the cinnamon shots. Goldschlager, I haven't had it since the 90s. I don't think I've ever had Goldschlager, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had it. Going to away games is expensive enough. Flying across the Atlantic for a match would be a complete joke. Yeah, I don't think it would catch on. I don't think it would catch on over here. I really don't. It's coming. It's coming. It's definitely coming. Sharky, hello, sir. Sharky boy is in. Now, if it's nearly 10:30 in the morning in Boston, that would mean it's about 7:30 in the morning where you are, Sharky. Am I right? 7:30-ish? Early start for Sharky. Thank you for joining us, Kev. Are you going to pop down to the garage and have a cheeky bit? Blue tack, hit like. Yeah, give it one of those. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. It helps somehow. I don't know. Something about it. More people seeing it. But yes, thank you, Blue tack. Give it a thumbs up if it could be asked. Mark said hello to Sharky. Sharky says, cheers, Ewok. The Ewok is here. $650 airfare, $1,200 for the tickets, $500 for the hotel. Jesus Christ. So how many tickets did you get? You'll sell 3 of the tickets, but this ain't cheap. Nah, mate. 650 quid for the flights alone. That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep. I could get flights to Boston for about 3. Hang on, how many of you are going? Is it just you? I could get return flights to Boston for about $380 around that time of year. $1,200 for the tickets. So what, you got 4 tickets? £300 a pop. $300 a pop, should I say? And $500 for a hotel. Whew. Jesus. How long are you here for? It's like 4 days, is it? Seen you coming, ain't they? Jesus. Madri Premium Spanish Lager versus two pretend Madris actually brewed in Spain by Spanish breweries at a lower price and much better than Madri. Are they actually brewed in Spain, are they, the other two? That's interesting. I did not know that. That is interesting. That makes me quite tempted to try them. I don't think Madri's the worst of these kind of Spanish branded, fake brewed down the road lagers, but it's not good, is it? It's really not great. I was on I went away with a couple of mates last weekend. Mate of mine's got a caravan down by the coast, and they've got like a clubhouse on the site, and I had Madri on tap in there. It was so gassy. I had like 2 pints. I was just full up. I had to get onto the whiskies after that. I just couldn't drink anymore. Couldn't put it in me. Canine strain, cannabis strain. Paul is closer to Moscow than me and Kev. Cleveland to LA are to each other. We live in the same country. There you go. It's true. Size of your countries. It's unnecessarily large. America. Stupidly huge. Sounds awesome. 2 weeks. Yeah, it looked like it was a hell of a trip. Paul, are you getting ready for the Leprechaun movie? Yes. I explained slightly earlier. I had a bit of an incident with my clippers this morning. I managed to shave off my moustache. Wasn't good. So I now look like a bit of a Burke for the next few days. Typical, just in time to get on the camera. Just in time. Yes. Anyone who shaves their own hair, shaves their own beard will know, I'm sure they've had a bit of an incident with the clippers at some point. But yeah, this was not deliberate. This is the least amount of hair I've had on my top lip in years. Need to do a Ray and Nephew rum review with that shirt on. Yeah, I've gone Jamaican today. It's just one of my favourite old football shirts. This was the Jamaica away shirt 2020 Jamaica away shirt. It's just a smart shirt. When Umbro used to make them, I think Jamaica gone Adidas now, but Umbro make great football shirts. And it's super cool on a day like today. We just don't really want to be wearing clothes. It's like the perfect thing to wear. But yeah, I do. Need to get me rum on wearing my Jamaica shirt. Big Jib's in. Well. It's been a long time, my friend. Hope you and Az are doing well. We're doing well. Abby is floating around in the house at the moment. She is keeping downstairs, keeping cool. Our lounge is like the coolest room in the house at the moment. So she's kind of sitting down there with the dog in front of the fan. But like a lot of other people, by the sounds of things, just trying to stay cool. It's too hot. Way too hot. In fact, the thermometer on my laptop has just gone up like 2 degrees. So I feel like they're in tune with everything else. Went Ipswich away last game of the season, 70 quid for a train ticket. So that's another thing. The train, how much have the train fares gone up in the last couple of years? Like, unbelievably, they've snuck up. Like, you try to get from the bottom of the country to the top. You're paying like a couple of £100. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Excuse me. Wow, she's got 4 tickets. 4 tickets to the football. So have you already got buyers for them? I'll have one. I'll come and join you. If they're available. It's bloody early. I'm heading to an all-day bowling tournament. Ooh. So Kev is a mean bowler. I've seen some of his bowling scores. I think he pretty much just obliterates everyone he plays with. I'm surprised anyone still talks to you at the bowling alley, to be honest with you, Sharky. Do you drink when you bowl generally, or do you stay sort of teetotal when you're on the lanes? On the lanes. You can tell I'm a big bowling fan. Do like bowling. Don't do it enough. Yeah, do you drink generally when you're bowling, or a wasp has just jumped in his Perlenbacker? That's not good, Marky Mark. That's the worst thing. We had all the wasps seem to have come out. I've noticed that. Obviously, I work on a farm, and the wasps in the last week in particular seem to have popped out of nowhere. But I think we've had a bit of shortage of wasps the last few years, but they seem to be coming back with a vengeance this year. We had someone they were sitting in our garden, and they had a bottle of cider. It was a berry cider, one of the old moot ones. And a wasp had got into her cider, so she abandoned it, rather than telling us behind the bar that she'd left it there. So by the time I sort of went out to the garden at the end of the shift to start clearing up some of the glasses, there must have been about 7 wasps in it, all just drowning in cider off their heads. I've never seen nothing like it. All pissed off their heads on this red berry cider. $650. There's not much of the exchange rate ain't great at the moment between us. There's barely anything in it. I mean, I haven't been since 23, to be fair, and it was, what was it? Like a pound, you got like $1.30 or something like that. Might have been less than that. $1.20. Probably $1.20. There's not much difference at the moment, is there? It's classed as a herbal bitter, kind of like a Jägermeister, but much better. I quite like Jägermeister. I do like Jägermeister, especially with the Red Bull. Oof, Jäger bombs. Love a Jäger bomb. They get you off your tits, but you got loads of energy at the same time, so you can run to the next bar. 480 quid. Got a lot of money. A lot of money. I put the closest place I could find to the stadium. Good luck, man. Getting a hotel in Tottenham, mate. Eesh. You don't want to stay there longer than you have to. You just want to walk and party. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend staying in Tottenham. I hate Spanish beers. I think it tastes too metallic. You can have a lot of these lagers, don't you? Some of them do taste quite metallic. If the malt bill isn't good, they can come across as quite metallic, can't they? I mean, I go to Madrid quite often. I drink the Mau when we're there. And as far as I'm aware, it's still 5% in Madrid, because we now get the 4.8 version that's been distributed by, is it AB InBev? I think AB InBev has the contract on Mahou. That's why it's suddenly everywhere in the UK. It's really easy to get hold of, but the ABV has been dropped. So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the ABV in Spain is still 5%, but we're getting a 4.8 version here because they just can't help themselves. 4 total days on the hotel stay. JT Wardley, hello. How are you? This is Hi Paul, not been on for a while. All the best, enjoying a bit burger. Nice. Good choice, my friend. Good choice. Yep. You get that nice and cold, it would be perfect for this weather. Absolutely perfect. Great choice of beer, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. I had to book a bigger room because I'm from the USA. We need more space. The Americans need more space. I need more space. I need a big room. I can understand what you're on about, Joey. Gotta have our room, us big guys. Estrella Dam seems to be about as good as it gets from the lagers you can find anywhere. Yeah, Estrella's not bad. Estrella's not too bad. Again, you get that well looked after. You find a bar that cleans their lines and looks after it. You're always got a bonus there. I only got 2 soccer jerseys. I got an 84 Liverpool jersey that your buddy sent you, and the Messi pink Inter Miami jersey I ordered when I was baked. I quite like, to be fair, I've been tempted to order the black one with the black and pink, rather than the pink and black with Messi on the back. I do fancy a Messi jersey. I want to get a signed Messi jersey and get it framed. I've always said I would like to get one of those, but I'd either want it with an Argentina shirt or a Barcelona shirt, like where he was at his peak. That went down far too easily. But yeah, the Liverpool 84 one's random. Shark too hot. No, welcome to my world. How hot's it been over there lately, Kev? Has it been crazy hot? Jim saying hello to Joey. How are you, Jim? I swear, man, I haven't seen or heard from you. I was talking about it was with John recently. I wonder how Jim is, because you had all those storms, didn't you? Carolina a few months back, and it seemed to be you kind of went radio silent, and everyone was worried that you'd been washed away or something. Well, glad to see you're alive. Glad to see you here. Paul, if you're serious, let's do this. I'm up for it, man. I'm up for it. Give me a shout on Insta. We'll talk. We'll talk. That could be a lot of fun. I went to see the Patriots at Wembley last year, and it was my first experience of a live NFL game, and I loved it. It was good fun. Long, but fun. Shark is on the drinking team with a bowling problem. That sounds like my kind of bowling team. Beer first, bowling comes second. Love it. Everyone drinks when they bowl. It's part of the league rules. It should be, shouldn't it? I may have a beer or two during 3 games. What's the beer? What's the beer they have on when you're bowling? They have any decent beer on at your bowling? What do you call it? Alley place thing. I'm going to go non-alcoholic. I'm going to be controversial. Chug by Mash Gang. I do like this one. Controversial, but I do like it. It's a hazy IPA. It's very nice. Quite juicy. It doesn't taste as savoury and dog foodish like a lot of them do. This is definitely one of the better ones. So yeah, if you want non-alcoholic beer that actually tastes half decent, I can recommend Mash Gang. They kindly shout out to Chris Mash Gang. They kindly sent me out a few beers to try, and they are good. They are good. I'm enjoying Sierra Nevada's Electric Torpedo. Electric Torpedo. I don't know if I've had the Electric Torpedo. I'm not sure if I've even heard of Electric Torpedo. That sounds good. Why? Just why? Why is it electric, Jim? What's electric about it? Where's the electric name come from? Torpedo is like one of my all-time favorite IPAs. Atomic Torpedo, which is, I guess, like kind of their double. That's one of the best beers ever brewed. One of the best IPAs I've ever had in my life. Love it. I'm a season ticket holder at West Ham. Oof, 30 quid for a return ticket to Stratford from Southend. That's the thing, though. It's just you buy your ticket. You got your ticket to the game. That's just the beginning, isn't it? That's just the start of it. You know, I'm Tottenham for what it's worth, so we probably won't be talking anymore. But yeah, just having your ticket to the game is just the beginning. You know, it's getting the train to the football, getting a few beers in you, something to eat. You know, it's £100 day, easy, just to travel in and drinks, and that's not including your ticket. It's easily a winner. You know, just going out for a game of football. You get punished for supporting a big football club. You know, it's not our fault that we charge that money. You know, I miss being able to smoke in the bowling alley. Those were smells we can never get back. There is a culture, isn't there? There's a bowling culture in the States which we just don't have over here. Bowling's never really caught on. Not like a proper sport, you know. It's something you take the kids to just to keep them occupied for a couple of hours, you know. Try Becherovka. Do you know what? I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down because I do enjoy Jägermeister. Let me write that down. Becherovka. Beautiful. Make a note of that. No kidding about the smells. So how long ago did they ban smoking in the bowling alleys then? Surely they can't still smell of it. Saying hello to Jim. Joanne, not Joanne. Janice, 1503. Hi, Paul. Hello. Rocking the Back to the Future thumbnail there. Enjoying that. Very smart. I hate how the UK put down the ABV on every beer. It's woke nonsense. It's nonsense, that's for sure. I don't know how woke it is, but we can blame everything on being woke these days, can't we? Are they saving money? Because they try and tell us they're doing it for our own good, but I don't really think we need breweries to tell us what we should drink. You know, we're adults at the end of the day. You have to be an adult to drink, so don't fuck around with our beer. Really annoying. Excuse me. It seems really hard to get a decent Spanish beer in England. It is. It is. You used to be able to get the San Miguel. You used to be able to get the import, the 5.4, the stronger stuff, with a considerably extra body on it, and you can't get it anymore. Tesco used to shift it. It was really nice. It's really hard to find now. It's a shame. Are you going to any upcoming beer festivals? Potentially. I am hopefully going to London Craft Beer Festival this coming Friday. It's a new venue in Greenwich near the O2 called Magazine, and it's like a warehouse that's been converted to this flash area where you can have a perfect place for a beer festival. London Craft Beer Festival is my favourite festival. I love it. But they changed the venue. So I used to have it at the Tobacco Docks right by the river, which was a very cool venue. But yeah, it's at a new one this year. But the issue is I've got a big event on at work, and I don't think I've got enough staff on hand to cover it. So I'm probably going to have to work on Friday. So yeah, it's all up in the air at the moment. But I really want to go to this one on Friday. I've got tickets. So we'll see. We will see. But yes, hopefully London Craft Beer Festival this Friday. Hopefully. Paul Sheridan, hello, sir. Hi, Power. Love the reviews. What's your absolute go-to beer of all time? First beer that comes to mind is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That is one of my all-time favourite beers. Just, it always does the job. Just a beautifully brewed pale ale. And you can easily get it everywhere now. It's Sierra Nevada have done a very, very, very good export deal, and it's everywhere. You can get it in supermarkets. You can go to sierranevada.com and get it off their website. It's just a beautifully brewed pale ale. Other than that, Vocation, Life and Death, big sign behind me. Got my head out of the way. Their standard IPA, 6.5%, is one of my all-time favourites. Blue Moon, that's one of my all-time favourites. Orange wheat beer. Budvar, great lager. I kind of got all my favourites on the wall behind me, really, to be fair. Yeah, some of my favourites. Yeah, Budvar's one of my all-time favourite lagers. Blue Moon, probably my favourite wheat beer. Americans will laugh, but I think it's great. I like orange in my wheat beer, Vocation, Life and Death, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. What else do I really, really like? Bringing Seshi back by Glasshouse. Session IPA, beautiful beer. Beautifully made beer. Absolutely cracking. 3.4%. And it's a future-proof beer. Yeah, hope that helps. Fuller's ESB, that's another one of my all-time favourites. Absolute classics, Ah, yeah, there's a few there. There's a few there, just to confuse you. The place I booked is called The Fountain. I like it because there was a bar in it. But that's strikes 1, 2, and 3 there, aren't there? If the hotel's got a bar in it, you're onto a winner, aren't you? It's been in the mid-30s in the last week. Oof, damn. Might be in the high 20s to low 30s this weekend. It's a bit of relief. Bit of relief. Bloody hell. Get your coat out. Get your coat out, Sharky. Bloody hell. What is everyone's drink? What's the beer everyone here drinks the most? Theaster's Old Peculiar. What's a beer that is? Beautiful beer. Beautiful beer. It took me years to actually drink that on cask. I'd had it in bottle numerous times, and then I had it on cask for the first time about 2 years ago at the Great British Beer Festival in London. They had it on cask, and it was. I always say when I go to beer festivals, I'm gonna kind of pace myself, do small measures, and Theakston had a bar and had Old Peculiar on cask, and that just went out the window straight away. I had to have a pint of that. Beautiful beer, great choice. Did you happen to see Ozzy's last show? Yes, I watched the stream. I was away last weekend, so I didn't get to watch it live. I tried to get tickets, but they were like 300 quid, and I think even if I had got through, I probably wouldn't have had the spare cash to have it. But I watched the stream. It was great day. Some awesome performances. What a lineup! And yeah, it's good to see him up there do a few Aussie tracks and a few Sabbath tracks at the end. But yeah, bless him. Good show, all for a good cause as well. I have shite beer at the bowling alley. I may have a Modelo. I like Modelo. I want to try a Modelo Black. I don't know if it's called Black, but it's got a black label. I drank quite a bit of Modelo when I was in the States. And we get it over here. We get bottles of it. You get the massive cans of it, don't you, over there? I was in New York for a couple of nights, and we had like a little pizza place right across from our hotel. So the night we got there, we were knackered. We'd done the Greyhound down from Boston to New York, and by the time we got checked into the hotel, it was quite late. And there was a pizza place opposite the hotel. We went in there and got a pizza for me and Abby, and had some cold cans in the fridge. I thought, I want a cold beer. And had these huge Modelo cans, like a liter or something. It was ridiculous. So I thought, I'll have one of them. And I tell you what, it was fantastic. It was absolutely spot on. Just a really nicely brewed lager. It was ice cold. It was exactly what I wanted at the time. And ever since then, I've had a bit of a fondness for Modelo. I'm a fan. I am a fan. So BSK's in. Hello. How are you, dude? God, look at the names that are coming in. Afternoon all. Drinking Sabor from Lidl's. The second Sabor drinker. We had the Hopper reviews in early. He's doing a mental video comparing Madri with Lidl Sabor and the Aldi one, which I can't remember the name of. A decent and affordable Spanish brewed lager, perfect for this weather. I really want to go to Lidl and buy some now. People are selling it to me. It sounds good. Good bowling alleys are quintessentially American. Love them. The food, the sounds, getting buzzed. Heck yeah, cosmic bowling is even more fun. Oh, mate, I want to go bowling now as well. I want to drink Sabor and go bowling. But I don't really want to leave the house. It's too bloody hot. I definitely want to explore IPAs more. Yeah. When I first started drinking IPAs, that changed the way I drink beer, really. You know, it's anything that's not hoppy enough, you kind of, I lose interest very quickly. You know, I have to be in the mood. I've become like a seasonal drinker. And I put that down to IPAs. I really do. Because I used to drink lager all year round. And then when you start drinking IPAs and pale ales and you get all these hoppy characters, you realise how pronounced things are. And then you start appreciating the malt that goes into it. There's something that progresses your drinking journey every time you go along. Life's too short. Life's too short to drink shit beer all the time. I would say anyone watching, just drink different styles, different ABVs. Look for different hops. Before you know it, you're adventuring and you're doing different things and you're trying different things, you know. Don't just drink the same beer all the time. Murphy's Nick. Boogie. I want to try ales. Try ales. Try them. Drink everything. I'm looking forward to drinking my new Trip Through the Woods. It's a 3-barrel aged narwhal. Ooh, you absolute slag. That sounds amazing. There's a new one that's become available over here. And I can't remember if that was a Narwhal one. I wonder if it's the same one. Talk about yourselves. Football isn't a working man's game anymore. It's definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. We're viewed as customers these days, aren't we? Rather than supporters. At Spurs, we used to have a membership number. Was it a supporter? No, I can't remember what it said on the card now. It was a membership number. So you had your name and your membership number. It said they're not on the card. Now we are a what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Client. I'm a client now. I'm no longer a supporter. I'm a client. So you get your membership card. It's got a client number on it. That's how we're viewed nowadays. That is how we're viewed. I'm on the Sierra Nevada websites. Let me find it, Sharky. Let me find it. Let me find it. Is that? That's not it. That's not it. There was a new trip through the woods that they were advertising. Perhaps it sold out. It might have done. We're still waiting for Optimum. That was supposed to have been out in May. Unless it's sold out. Oh, they were definitely advertising the new trip through the woods the other day. Definitely. Barrel-A's Narwhal's back in. The spiced Barrel-A's Bigfoot is back in. But they did. They definitely had a trip through the woods one. High altitude. Look at them ones. No, it's gone. Must have sold out. But yeah, it was a trip through the woods. I'm sure it was a Narwhal one. Need to revisit it. Have you seen my 0 alcohol 100% honest series, mate? I don't think I have. I just uploaded my first 10 out of 10 alcohol-free beer from Electric Bear. Not tried Mash Gang yet. Electric Bear. I haven't had a beer from them in ages. Electric Bear. Are they from Bristol or something like that? Electric Bear over in the West Country? No, not Bristol. Bath. Are they from Bath? I'm sure I'm thinking of the same brewery. But yeah, I do recommend Mash Gang. They're decent. Fancied a few beers, but I really didn't want to get pissed. Usually you can get a decent cheeseburger and chips at bowling alleys. See, I'm sold. Burger and chips, cold beer, and bowling. Kudos only wanted Spurs, apparently. Yeah, that can't be nice. There's nothing nice when you lose one of your best players, especially to a club that you dislike. But apparently Thomas Frank really wanted him, so I'm excited. He's a dribbler, that's for sure. But he didn't have a good season for you last season, did he? Kudos. He was a bit off the boil. Season before, he was incredible. He's easily the best player I've seen at West Ham in the last since Declan Rice left. Excuse me, I think he's easily been your best player. But yeah, it's always a shame when players just down tools and they're like, "No, I want to go somewhere else." I don't like that attitude. It worries me a little bit when a player does that. You know, because what's the doorbell going off? What's to stop him from doing it to Spurs if he decides, he wants to go somewhere else? You know. Il Corvo, hello. £3 for me to get to St James's. We forget how lucky we are with our stadium location. I say right in the middle of the city, aren't you? I suppose that's the thing with Newcastle. We are a one-club city. London, there's so many bloody football clubs. Blue Tech, Nick, they started packing stores out with 10 packs here. Tesco's and Asda. David Wilson, hello, sir. How are you doing? David Wilson, are you out and about? Are you on your beery travels right now? I'm sure you're in a pub somewhere. It's been about 20 years since they banned smoking here in Bowling. Everyone takes a quick hit on the vape now. Yeah, you can't hide it though, can you? Someone does a quick hit on the vape, all of a sudden a massive cloud appears. You know, people just get lost amongst vape smoke. It sounds like the same time they sort of banned smoking in the pubs over here. That was about 20 years or so ago now, and they banned smoking in the pubs. I mean, from a consumer who doesn't smoke, it was the best thing that ever happened. I used to hate that. Work hard all week, you know, get yourself a new shirt and then go down the pub, and you came out stinking like an ashtray. It was pointless, you know. I used to come in pissed like at my mum's house and take my shirt off and hang it on the washing line overnight and stack it back into the house, you know, because it absolutely stunk. Shark says hello to David. Everyone saying hello to David, which is nice. The ones who put the ABV down on beer forget that spirits exist. Yeah. That's the thing. It gets to the point where you're like, you know, you go into a pub and there's a really bad lineup of beer, and they're all like, you know, either piss poor or just really low alcohol, and you know they're going to taste bad anyway. You might as well just have a spirit. You might as well just have a whiskey or something, you know, or whatever your choice of drink is, you know. But it's never nice when you go to a bar and you're like, I don't want to drink any of these beers, you know. We work hard, and when you work hard, you want to spend your money on good things, don't you? You know, you want to give your money to something that's worth it. And unfortunately, beer, a lot of the time in the pubs up and down the country nowadays, it isn't worth the money. It's not good. I need some whiskey when I'm drinking beer so I don't sink tin after tin. I can't do both. If I'm drinking beer, then it's a beer day. But if I then try and have a couple of whiskeys after a skinful of beer, I'm in trouble. I'm going to be sick. Definitely. If I drink whiskey, it's a whiskey day. I can do one or the other. I can't do both. If I mix, I'm in trouble. I've done that a few times. Not good. Electric torpedoes, both dry, bitter, and flowery, in my opinion. I've never even heard of that one. I wonder if we'll get some over here. I'll keep an eye out for that one, Jim. It does sound good. I mean, it's torpedo. It's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be good. Instead of San Miguel, try Victoria Malaga, imported and 4.8%. Nice Spanish lager. Is it still imported? If it's still imported, I will get some more of that because I quite enjoyed it. That's the one that's got Donald Trump on the front of it, isn't it? I mean, it looks like Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump, but it looks like Donald Trump. John Goodwin. Paul, it's your father-in-law here. Non-alcoholic beer review. Really? Sorry, John. I got it for free. And it's good. It tastes all right. There it is. Chug by Mash Gang. Non-alcoholic beer reviews. See? Mixing it up. We're mixing it up. Hope you're well, John. Wheat beer is better beer. I like a wheat beer. Heavy, though. They're heavy. After a couple of wheat beers, I'm full up. I can't drink anymore after a couple of wheat beers. Is Budweiser really the same recipe as Budvar? No. Absolutely not. Budvar, obviously, from Czech Republic, and obviously Budweiser just nicked the name, didn't they, over in America? But definitely not the same recipe. Definitely not. Budweiser isn't terrible. If you get a pub that looks after it, you can get a really good. Do you know what? You can get a really good pint of Budweiser in the Wetherspoons. I had a really nice pint of Budweiser recently. They gave it to me in a Budweiser branded glass. You could tell that the lines had been clean. Like every mouthful, you had that foam that followed you down the glass. It's a sign of good quality. I don't mind Budweiser. Obviously, it's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. But it can't hold a torch to Budvar. Budvar's another level altogether. Schofferhofer, Hefeweizen, the grapefruit. Best beer ever. Wow, that's a statement. It's a good beer, though. It is a nice beer. Was it 2.5%? So it's like a radler, isn't it? Like a grapefruit radler. Perfect for the weather. Perfect for this weather. Budvar is fantastic, but I prefer Hoegaarden. Yeah, I quite like a Hoegaarden. Kind of lemony, isn't it? Like a lemony wheat beer. I quite like it. I had a Fuller's ESB last night with the legend. Who's the legend? The old man. I'm assuming that's the legend you're talking about. The legend. Blue Moon is a solid beer. Yes. An American agrees with me. It's solid. That's the word. It is solid. They haven't messed around with it. Even the stuff we get over here, they haven't messed around with it. You know what you're going to get with a Blue Moon. You get it nice and cold. It's a really nice citrusy wheat beer. It's lovely. I'm a big fan. I've always been a big fan. I prefer the old branding. What am I pointing at? I prefer the old branding. I didn't like it when they rebranded it. But I think they've got new owners now, haven't they? I don't think they're owned by Coors anymore. So I think they've made the branding a bit more generic. Don't drink many beers time after time. Probably Titanic Plum Porter. Good beer. I think I've literally got a can of that sat behind me. Can't see it behind my chair. I was going to do a review. Excuse me. Chris Connolly. Hello, sir. How are you, mate? Are you a fan of the best bitter? I do like a best bitter. I do. Very much so. We brew our own best bitter at work, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it. I might even have a can of it. I might have a can of it behind me. There we go. I can recommend a very good best bitter. It's called Of Course I Still Love You. We brewed that at work at Creative Juices Brewing Company in Rickmansworth. Cheap plug. Check us out. It's a nice beer. Nick says American Budweiser is atrocious. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's a beer I haven't touched in the States. Budweiser. Coors I was all over. Miller I was all over, but didn't have any Bud. Simo's in. Hello, mate. How are you? Cheers, Poland chat. How are you, buddy? How's your mum? How's your mum? I heard she had a bit of a fall. Done herself a mischief. I hope she's on the mend, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping cool. Are you drinking? Are you having a beer? It is a bit early. I appreciate that. Bud Light is even worse. Oh, God, yeah. That is bad. That is bad. Hopper says, Simo. Ugh, work. Go away. David Wilson says, saw that post, Kevin. Authentic glassware too. I hope you had a good time. Paul, I'm with you on Sierra Nevada. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, I love Sierra Nevada. Just a great brewery. Great brewery. Unbelievably consistent with the quality as well. Blue Tack is off. Cheers, Blue Tack. Good to meet you, mate. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate it. Shark said, David Wilson, it was good with the fish and chips. Fish and chips. Oof. Can't beat fish and chips. It's been hot here. I've been enjoying Michelob Ultra, only 4.2% ABV, especially when mowing the grass. I know you're a man. You're a man for a mowing beer, aren't you? I've had this chat with you before. You like to have a beer when you're mowing the lawn. Are you a ride-on mower man, Jim, or do you push your own mower? I wish I had a lawn big enough where I needed a ride-on. That'd be cool. Just be another toy for me to play with. Michelob Ultra. Is that the one in the blue can? I think I reviewed that. I wasn't impressed. Is it the blue one or the white one? Can't remember. I know, right? It's like they thought, yeah, this is bad. How can we make it truly terrible? Bud Light, yeah. How can we destroy a beer even more? I've got an idea, but take even more alcohol out of it. It's beautiful here today. 30 degrees with a nice breeze. Oh, I wish we had the breeze. We don't have the breeze. It's like 30 down here. Really good at drying clothes, though. If you're doing any laundry, now's the time. Stick it on the lawn. It's dry in about half hour. It's brilliant. It is great. That's about all this weather's good for. Jim says, hey, Simo. Jim, do you have a drink holder on your mower? That's a good question. That's a good question. Need like a little holder on the handle, just pushing it along. But shake your beer up, though, wouldn't it? Luke John is getting the narwhal beer soon. We are going to do a joint review. Sounds good. Sounds good. David, yes, I do, sir. Look at that. Look at that. He's got a beer holder on the mower. I love it. Dave Wilson says, hello to Simo. White Glove Beers. Hello. Evening all. Hello, White Glove Beers. New one on me. Welcome along. White Glove Beers. What's the story? What's the story of White Glove Beers? My Verdant Shark beers arrived today. Ooh, did you get the new one? The Megalodon? Did you get the new one? I was looking at that. They were doing like the 4-pack, weren't they? I looked at that. Solid beers. Good, Jim. If you have it, use it. Absolutely. New Trip Through the Woods is a black label. It's not black and orange, is it? It hasn't got orange on it. I'm thinking of a completely different one. Try Shepherd Neame. These some really great ales. Christmas, the 1698 and Bishop's Finger. Afternoon. Yeah, it's still afternoon, isn't it? It's still afternoon, I think. Oh, really? Optimum was on tap in Brewdog Waterloo yesterday. Bloody hell. How much were they charging? Were they even selling it in pints? I doubt they were selling it in pints, were they? He's so far behind that he's so far behind in the chat that the mustache is back now by the time he gets to this comment. I hope so. That'd be nice. Yeah, it's so weird looking at myself not having a tash. I don't even know who this guy is. It's weird. I had the Don yesterday, Simo. We'll try others when they arrive in bar on tap in 2 weeks' time. Nice. Shark says I've got 2 left of the 25 Optimum. Oh, he's put a link. Collections, barrel aged. I'll have to have a look. Can't do that. Been able to get to Optimum so far this year. Yeah, I just went on the website. It suggested it wasn't available. Right, it's sold out. I had it. Oh no, they got some. That's weird. It says they've got the 2025 in bottle, but it's got the 2024 label on it. That's confusing. $5.15 a bottle, 11%. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm gonna have to do an order. I'm in a lovely bar called Carrera in Guildford. What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Dave? Only a few stores had the Optimum. Mike Rutherford is from that neck of the woods, David. There you go. True story. Paul Greenwood is in. Hello, Mr. Star. I'm at a non-league football game. Spurs won a trophy. We won a trophy and Arsenal haven't. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Crystal Palace won a party. Chelsea having a party. Spurs having a party. Arsenal just had Thomas' party. You're as slow as John. Thank you, mate. I've heard a lot of good things about Victoria Malaga. Keen to try it. I enjoyed that lager. It was good. They'll won another trophy by the time he's caught up. Am I that far behind? I'm not that far behind. You lot are a bunch of bastards. Sim, I hope you're okay, lad. And the mum. Dave says hello to Paul. Paul says hello to David. I had some chug last year. Dry with some late fruit. Bit papery. I know what you mean. By papery. Grant Echo Solid, by the way. Good to see you. That's another name I've not seen for a while. Good to see you. Paul says hello to Shark. She's in some pain, that's expected, but she's surviving. She broke some ribs as well. Jesus. Not good. Paul says hello to everyone in chat. It does sound painful. Not the one. Blue Moon is certainly consistent. It is consistent. Yes, I like it. Everyone saying hello to each other. Where will you have the Don on tap? Guildford. When in Baltimore, we always hit the beer house. Tons of taps. Tend to partake of Heavy Seas. Oh, Heavy Seas. So Jim sent me some beautiful beers a few years back, and Heavy Seas were one of the breweries in particular he sent me a few beers from, and they were terrific. Loose Cannon, great beer. Bitburger on draft, pile of fried pickles. Oh, gorgeous. You got me reminiscing here, Jim. Heavy Seas beers, great brewery. Love those beers. The British Empire will fall. They're getting back together again by the time he gets to this point in the chat. I think we need another empire over here. Heineken Silver. I didn't know they still did that. I quite enjoyed Heineken Silver. And they brought that out. It came out, 2 years ago? I remember I bought that and I thought that was quite nice. It's up there, sort of low strength crack, but it was quality. It's all right, nothing mind-blowing, but nice in this weather. Exactly. That's all you need when it's like this. It's just something cold and refreshing. Bud Light, horrible headache afterwards. Yeah. Not the one. Short Stout Beer Reviews. Hello, mate. How are you? G'day. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. I think Budweiser is great. The proper one brewed in the Czech Republic. Yeah, the Budweiser Budvar. It is very good. The Don looks impressive. Wish I could get it here. I drive a Husky Rider with a 42-inch deck. That sounds fun. With a beer holder. With a beer holder on it. That's awesome. That's living the dream. How big's your lawn? I think you sent me a picture once of your front lawn. I remember it was a bit of a patch. It was a big old lump of grass. Grant on the South Bank in London, outside bar by food vendors called Hot Blocker. They had all 4 on tap. Jesus, that's mental. Silly price for a third, but I do love Optimum. Optimum is very good. It's £5.15 for a bottle on the website at the moment, which I think is incredible value. £5.15 for an 11% triple IPA, and you know it's quality every year. I think £5.15 is very reasonable for a 355 bottle. Heineken Silver must be nice. I can only afford Heineken Bronze. Thanks, David Wilson. We'll swing by, but I'm down in Cornwall for the Verdant LSBB then. I don't know what the LSBB is, but going down to Cornwall for Verdant sounds like a good idea. I'd love to do that. Actually go down there. Hi, Sam. It was okay. Stupidly hot day, so I may not have been in the best condition to judge. Grant, worth checking locally craft beers. I'm due to have one on Friday the 25th. Nice. Sammy boy, how are you? Best beer so far, Paul. Sierra Nevada, Big Little Thing. Nice choice today. The Impy later. Big Little Thing. I'm on the shelf of their Little Thing range. They're good, but I can say I think Sierra Nevada's for me, their speciality is their more West Coast stuff, you know. But they are good beers. They've got their own third glasses. Verdant Little Summer Beer Bash. That makes sense. In the Verdant Tap Room with Daya, Left-Handed Giant, and a host of others. That sounds incredible. That sounds incredible. When's that? Is there a date? Going for another Spanish lager, or Mexican lager, should I say. Mad Squirrel, local to us. This is their Arriba Mexican lager. They put a sombrero on him just to change the branding slightly. Yeah, looking forward to this. 4.5% Mexican style lager. A bit lesser in the ABV than the Siren one. Let's see if this is any good. It's lively. She is lively. It's got that typical nice citrusy, slightly salty aroma. What does she say? Bold, refreshing Mexican lager, brewed for those who bring the energy. Crisp and smooth with a touch of corn sweetness. Light, crushable, full of flavour, zesty hint of citrus, and a clean finish. Make it the perfect companion for sun-soaked adventures, late-night fiestas, and every moment in between. That's a great bit of beer description there. Do like the branding on that. I like what they've done to the squirrel. Very smart. Where are we? Tickets still available. That sounds awful. Awful? Awesome. I couldn't think of anything opposite. That sounds awesome. Getting down to Verdant. That sounds very good. Nice guy. That sounds amazing. Does sound good. I'm good, lads. Middle of the night here. Can't sleep. Considering a nightcap. Do it. Do it. Get involved. Oh, that's crisp. That's not bad at all. That's not bad. Cheers, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you later, you Yahoo. See you later, Kevin. Thank you for joining us, mate. Good luck with the bowling. Have fun. Have a good one. Cheers, Kevin, says David. Jim says later, Kev. I've been doing some very poor beer planning recently. I'm left with nothing below 7.5% today. That could get messy quickly if you start jumping into them. Oh dear. What does everyone think to Clarkson's lager? Hawkston? It is Hawkston, yes. I love the complex aroma, but tasting it was a bit of a letdown. Not that it's bad, but the aroma almost builds it up too much. I've had it a couple of times, and both times I was impressed. I had it in a bottle first, and I had it at where was I? Silverstone, a Silverstone festival last summer, and they had the Hawkston beer tent there, so they had it on tap, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really good lager, but my only bugbear with it is it's really expensive. Like for the trade, it's really expensive, which is really annoying because I don't know, they're playing on the fact that it's a Hawkston beer, that they know they can make tons of money off of it. So obviously I'm a beer buyer at work, and I thought to myself, I'll get Hawkston in at work, you know, because I know I can sell it. I can sell it quickly, and I could probably sell it for as much as I want. But the average keg of decent lager that I will buy, if it's not the stuff that we brew, if I'm buying in a guest lager, the average keg of lager, so a 30-litre keg, 50 odd pints, you're looking at between 80 to 110 maybe for a 30-litre keg. Hawkston lager is about £170 a keg. I can't justify paying that extra 60 quid, you know, and I think that's a shame because he's all about, you know, farming and, you know, sustainability and all that, and you know, he could have used it to do something positive, but you know, Hawkston they put a premium on the price, and I felt a little bit let down by that, to be honest, because I would have loved to have had the Hawkston lager on at work. I really would, but I can't justify that price really. I'd have to charge like £8 a pint, you know. It's just a shame. I don't want to pay £8 for a pint of lager. But I like it. It's a shame. It's a shame. Ta-ta for now. Cheers, Grant. Thank you for getting involved, buddy. Hoping London craft beer is better than Manchester craft. Disappointed this year. Too many regular beers. Yeah, I'm hoping to get there on Friday, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think work's going to be too busy. That's what I felt too. Really nice lager, but overpriced for what it is. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay silly money for a pint of lager. You shouldn't. There's no excuse for it, really. It's that's the thing with lager. It's technically it's one of the most expensive styles of beer to brew, purely because it's one of the most time consuming. You know, so obviously lager means to store. You know, you keep the lager, it stays in the tank slightly longer. You know, in Germany, the main lager brewers, they won't have the lager come out of the fermenting vessel for at least 3 months before it's ready to sell. The lager we brew at work, we generally keep it in fermentation for 2 months, and that's easily the longest beer that we have sitting in fermentation. IPAs and pale ales, the turnover on a batch of that is generally a month, 5 weeks maybe, but the lager is always a little bit longer. But people don't want to pay silly money for a pint of lager. You know, it's just the way it is. It should be affordable. It should be approachable. You can't charge a lot of money for it, and that's where Hawkston, I think, are missing a trick. And I wonder if they'll revise their prices, because they are noticeably, you know, larger compared to the other breweries out there. I think it's just a bit of a shame. But yeah, but no, it's a good lager. It's a solid lager, Hawkston. I won't mind. What's for tea? Snacks? Joe, I haven't got any. I haven't got any snacks or anything, or any food. I should have bought some crisps or something, really. Something to snack on. I have nothing. I have nothing. That's another reason why I'm trying to watch the drinking this afternoon. I don't want to get hammered. I had hot dogs for lunch, though. I had hot dogs for lunch. I didn't have breakfast. I had a lay-in this morning. I said to Abby, I fancy a hot dog. So I went to the shop and bought some frankfurters and some buns, and I did a couple of hot dogs for lunch. But I don't have anything to snack on. I should have thought of that. I should have bought some crisps or something. What about you, Jim? You got any snacks? Are you grilling today? Are you doing some cooking? Got to have a good beer snack, haven't you? I had an amateur moment and completely forgot about it. I think I'm having a day of amateur mistakes. Hence the lack of a tash. Amateur mistakes. But yeah, London Craft Beer Festival. I'm assuming you're going, David. I haven't even looked at the lineup. Have they announced the lineup properly? Always a good lineup. Plus the fact you have the American craft beer room as well, which I do like to spend quite a bit of time in. And there should be some cracking beers on there this weekend. Really should be. I hope so. What's happened to the chat? It's completely dried up. 22 people watching and no one's saying anything. I've got nothing to bounce off, guys. What's going on? Nothing to bounce off. What else have we got here? I've got to look at that link that Kev sent me. Here it is. Hello. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. That's the one. Yeah. I knew I was onto the right thing. 23 quid a bottle. Through the Woods Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. That sounds good. Does sound good. Excuse me. It's the only thing with lagers, they are gassy. Nick says pistachios are my favourite snack nowadays. Good for you. They're low on the calories. That's good thinking. That's good thinking. I quite enjoy a pistachio. Peeing them out the shells. Oh, nice. Going on Saturday early session. Not sure I'll cover my costs. What have you got? 4 hours? Didn't you? 4 hours. Is it 60 quid for the ticket? I get the trade tickets. I'm quite lucky, but I always feel like you're just sort of getting into your rhythm and then they kick you out. It's like, come on, everyone, get out. You always find that slightly annoying. None of the other beer festivals you go to, they're particularly keen on you getting out. They just kind of let you crack on and keep drinking. I've been enjoying Cheetos Flaming Hot Barbecue Crisps. They sound good. They sound good. They sound like a bit of me. Flaming Hot Barbecue. I like Cheetos. You get more Cheetos over here now. A lot of the offies and that, they stock these kind of imported crisps and things. But yeah, Cheetos are quite nice. I think I had Cheetos do onion rings as well, don't they? They're like big onion corn rings. They were quite nice. Just said corn rings. Very immature. But yeah, they're quite tasty. Well, so I like Frazzles. Nice bag of Frazzles with a few beers. A classic. Walker's Max, they do what is it, cheese and jalapeno. That's one of my favorites. 70/50 with markups. What's that for? 70/50. Spicy crisps can be really amazing if done well. Yeah, really, really, really good. I like the what's it, the Seabrook one. They do a scorpion chili. I think it's a scorpion chili crisps. They're really nice, but they catch up with you. They do catch up with you. Steve Butler, hello mate. How are you? All right, Paul. Still boiling here. Murder a cold one now. In an hour or so. That's it. Pace yourself. Jim says onions, funyuns. Yeah, grab for funyuns. 70/50. Is that how much the ticket is? That's gone up, isn't it? That has gone up. I thought it was like 60 quid last year. Funyuns. Yeah, that's true. If you've got 4 hours, you got to try and get your money's worth, haven't you? You just can't really. I don't see how you can, because they don't give you the biggest measures, you know. And there's only so many different beers you can have before it gets a little bit silly. You know, beyond the realms of reality. It's like, I don't think I can fit any more beer in me, you know. So you have to kind of pace yourself. I always say, every time I go to a beer festival, I say I'm gonna be sensible and I'm gonna you know, measure out what I have and not just go for the loopiest, highest ABV IPAs I can find. And you know, London Craft Beer Festival, I try to do it with my work head on, and I try and sample the beers I know that I can sell in the tap room. And then once I've done that, I usually do about an hour or two of networking and then trying beers that customers will want to buy. And then the last couple of hours, I just go mad. I run around looking. I usually go to the American room after that and start sampling all these 7-8% IPAs that they've brought over. That's the fun bit. 4 MPs in a row can be daft. Absolutely. I wouldn't recommend it. Do you get a glass out of that? You do get a glass, yes. You generally get something like a magazine, a glass, and something else normally they give with you. But yeah, you get a nice little. You get a glass, a bit like that, but slightly smaller. At London Craft Beer Festival, they usually give you that one. I think they call them a stifter or something. But they give you one of those, so it's quite a nice glass. Small glass I leave as they don't break and have a collection. That's just the thing. I do tend to bring them home with me. I've got a nice collection of beer festival glasses now. Probably too many. But they get use. They get reused plenty of times. I've got beer festival glasses up there. London Craft Beer and Brew London. We had plastic cups this year, which was a bit disappointing. Can't keep them really. Barcode Gaming, hello. It says I'm on the Quilms tonight. Quilms? I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. I don't know what that is. I'll Google it. It won't be something filthy, is it? Quilms, manufacturer through the year. Quilms Lager. Ooh. I don't think I've had that one. 4.9% classic lager. Sounds rather good. Any good? I use when sharing cans with my brother. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. It's about the right size, isn't it? One of those. Argentinian beer. You can get it at Majestic. That's literally the link that's come up here. Just Googled it and it's come up Majestic. 6 bottles. 340ml. It's slightly bigger than what we're used to. Is that going to come up? There it is. Quilmes. £9.60 a case. £9.60 a case, and a case consists 6 bottles. That's not bad, is it? I might have a look. Very smooth. That sounds good. Ealing Beer Festival. I had plastic yesterday. Worked okay. Gave mine to Disco. How was Ealing Beer Festival? I keep forgetting it. I never get any adverts for it. For some reason, it never comes up on my radar. I never get round to it. On the subject of IPAs, is Master's Old Empire not quite as good as it used to be, or have my tastes just changed? There's another beer I've not had for a long time. Old Empire. That's one you used to be able to pick up in Asda. Was it the purple, black and purple? I think it had like an elephant on the front of it years ago. But I've not had Old Empire for a while. Marston's are one of them breweries that I quite like some of their beers. Pedigree, I still think is solid. They used to do one called Neck Deep. Was it Neck Deep? I'm sure it was Neck Deep. And it was like a 4.2% session pale ale, which I think was quite nice. Not had it for a while though, but I remember Old Empire being half decent, but it's been a while since I've had it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's changed. I wouldn't be surprised. Great Beer Festival in the tent, was warm, but enjoyed large selection. I'm assuming it was all outdoor, was it? Ealing Beer Festival? It's the only thing when it's this hot. Doing a beer festival, it's a slog, isn't it? I'm assuming there was water everywhere. Master's Fire Stoker was incredible. I don't think I had that one. I don't think I had Fire Stoker from Masters. Like I say, Pedigree, Old Empire, and Neck Deep. I remember in particular, I enjoyed. I don't think I've ever had Fire Stoker. I mean, that's a new one on me. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Anyone still drinking now? I am still working my way down this one. The Ariba from Mad Squirrel Mexican Lager. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not sure it's quite as good as the Pachanga from Siren, but it's decent enough. Decent enough. Circus tent in the park, 1 water point. Took a bottle in. You got to, haven't you? You got to in this weather. You got to have water with you. You can't just drink beer all day when it's like this. Mind you, when it's this hot, you can drink and drink and drink, and I think it just comes out of sweat. I noticed the other day, I was working the other day and it was really hot. We had a wedding up on the farm at the brewery. It was crazy hot. It was a couple of weekends ago. And it was about 30 degrees that day. And working with had a couple of other staff up there with me. And we were just drinking as much water and soft drinks as we could. And I think we all kind of said the same thing. Despite the fact that we've been drinking all day, none of us could remember actually going to the toilet. It was just being absorbed. It was just too hot. It was too hot to kind of go anywhere. About to start Stigbergets. I never know how to pronounce that one. Stigbergets. Top pick. I haven't had one of them for a while. It's been a while. Stopped making so many beers I loved. Highgate Old Ale was another one. Yeah, a lot of these breweries and their products kind of pass by the wayside, don't they? They're like, I'm not going to make that. Excuse me. Jimmy Guitarist is in. He's turned into a puppy. It's been a while. It has been a while, Jimmy. How are you, mate? How's life treating you? Didn't you move down to the West Country, Jimmy? You was a Watford boy, weren't you, for ages? Have you moved? Hope you're well. Love it to see you. That is a beautiful looking dog. What's that, a lab? Little black lab? Or is it? Got a bit of white on his chest. Beautiful looking dog. Jim says hello to Jimmy. David saying hello to Jimmy. He's a popular guy, is Jimmy. Brilliant to see you, mate. Hope you're well. I need another beverage. Oh, should I have a sour? Should I have a sour? I might, you know. I'm going to drink a sour, ladies and gentlemen, just to torment myself. Another one from Mad Squirrel. This one is called Sunburst. Mango and apricot sour. And I think that little halo is a bit of a Mickey take of the Innocent thing, isn't it? Or am I overthinking that? Is that them having a pop at Innocent? Or their tribute to Innocent? I need a glass. I'm going to stand up and get a different glass. I'm knocking the microphone off. I love this one. David Wilson spotted the Lacazette. Yeah, I had an accident with the clippers this morning, David. I don't know if anyone else cuts their own hair or trims their own beard. I was trimming my beard, and I thought, the blades are pulling a little bit. So I took the clip off, got the oil out, greased up the blades a little bit, turned it back on. I thought, that's running a bit nicer. Completely forgot to put the right head back on. I just went straight for the tash, and a big lump of hair fell on the floor. And I was like, oh, shit. And then you've got no choice. You have to shave the rest of it off, right? So I've now got stubble on my top lip. So I look like a bit of a twat at the moment. So, yes, that wasn't a good start to the day. So, yes, I feel a little bit weird at the moment. It looks a bit weird, but hopefully a few days it'll be back to normal. Yeah, it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. But I'm not going Amish, I promise. It's too late for me to start. Too late to find God now. An Amish Viking, yeah. I moved to Devon a couple of years ago, and yeah, I got a new dog a few months ago. A Labrador and French Bulldog cross. Definitely more lab than Frenchie, though. Ah, he's an absolute beaut. Absolute beaut. Labrador with a Frenchie. So we're talking one half decent sized dog and then one dinky dog. Who put a Labrador and a French Bulldog together? What do you call it? A Frenchie door? Something like that? More lab than French. It definitely looks more lab than Frenchie. It's just the markings didn't look 100% Labrador. But that's a beauty. What a silly Billy. Yep, you're not wrong, Dave. You're not wrong. Definitely silly Billy. Couldn't believe I did it. The logo reminds me of the rabbit character in the movie Donnie Darko. What logo? Have I missed something? The rabbit and Donnie Darko. Oh, right. This guy. Yes, I'm with you now. It does, actually. The squirrel branding has never been my favourite. It's always got that kind of demon look about it. It's got no like emotion in the eyes or anything. But it does. It looks like the rabbit from Donnie Darko. And they've gone for this kind of halo around his head. I think is a nod to Innocent and their smoothies. I mean, that looks like a smoothie. There's like no head on that whatsoever. It looks like pure mango juice, to be honest with you. It smells like mango juice. Tastes like mango juice. Oh. And there's the sourness. Not the most sour I've ever drunk. Bit more tart, I would say. Very fruity. Very fruity. Oh. I'm getting the apricot. I think I'm getting the apricot more than the mango. What they say? Summer is coming. Sunburst is here to usher it in with fresh tropical flavours. Juicy mango, ripe apricot create a bright summery flavour balanced by a crisp tartness, golden glow and citrusy aroma, and a vibrant, not so innocent. Yeah, there you go. Not so innocent smoothie sour is the perfect thirst quencher for every sunny day. That's very fruity, very refreshing. I hope that's not from Abby. Abby doesn't drink them quick enough, so I have to nick them from her. Harry, how are you, mate? How are you? I hope you're okay. Have you tried the hazy IPA from Brooklyn Brewery? Have I tried it? Possibly. What's it called? Is it one of the ones that went in Tesco? I've got some cans of their Stonewall IPA in the fridge, which is Brooklyn's take on neck oil, wasn't it, basically, if you've had that one. Has it got a name? Is there a name for the hazy IPA? They literally just called it hazy IPA, Harry. It looks like OJ. It does look like OJ. That just looks like orange squash, doesn't it? Looks like juice. There's like nothing. You look at that, you just think you just got a glass of juice there. God. That tartness. I'm still getting used to sour beers. Fine tart sour vinegar. They are different. Let's say I'm still working my way through them. Sour is basically a cocktail, right? It kind of has that vibe. It's almost like it was like porn star. I'm getting like sort of porn star martini vibes from that. It's very refreshing. It's very refreshing. I could understand how people get in a mess with these because that's 5%. Yeah, it's a 5% sour. That just tastes like pure juice, pure tart juice. Hello, Paul. Greetings from Ukraine. We're still alive. Not entirely okay. Enjoy your beer. I'd gladly raise a glass of good beer with you. Fantastic to see you on here, mate. It's been a while. Glad to hear you're still okay. Glad to hear you're doing well. Not entirely okay. It could be better. Things could always be better. But I'm glad to see you're here, mate. Glad to see you're here. Welcome along. I hope you can sit with us for a little while and enjoy yourself for a bit. Maybe take your mind off other things. Is that Brooklyn Pulp Art? Is that the name of it? Is that the name of it? Oh, it's gone again. Nick, I'd say more alcoholic smoothie with lots of fruity tartness. Yeah, this one isn't particularly thick. It's actually quite light in body. I mean, it does looks like juice. You get some like milkshake sours and things like that are really thick. This one's quite light, quite juicy, very drinkable. But it's ideal for the weather, to be honest. God. I always had anytime I drink a sour, I always do sour face. Can't help it. Thank you, David Wilson. Nuck, if you see one with a fruit you like, trying the smallest pour, you might enjoy. Yeah, if you find a sour with a fruit that you like. I mean, I love mango. And I am quite enjoying it. It's definitely doing the job. It's very, very refreshing. Very refreshing. Excuse me. Paul, how it goes lately? They seem to have waned. You know what? I reviewed this a couple of weeks ago. I've kept it because I think it's one of the best beers I've had in a while. And considering I'm not a sour fan generally, Hackney Church Saucy. This was their raspberry and passion fruit goes, and it was lovely. Really, really good. Once my palate had kind of come to terms with the tartness and the sourness of it, I was able just to kind of relax and enjoy it. It was just a very, very nice beer, and the branding is absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice beer. That I do recommend. Well, obviously, you probably won't be able to get it, but it's yeah. If you're familiar with Hackney Church Brewery and they've still got some, I do recommend that. It's very nice. Goes reminds me of sours. Yeah, they generally are, aren't they? With just maybe with a touch of salt. I don't know if did they even put sea salt in this one. I don't know if they did. Raspberry passion fruit goes full of zest, a little bit cheeky, bursting with fruit curd tart, luscious passion fruit. Oh, they did put a pinch of salt in it, yeah. But that was really, really nice. Saucy from Hackney Church, really nice goes. Annoyed at their use of Barbara Windsor photo on that one. Annoyed at their use. Why? Why was you annoyed? From Hackney, isn't she? Explain, David. Explain. What annoyed you about that? Dave's been triggered. Don't say Hackney. I'm craving Hackney gelato now. Well, I'm intrigued. What bothered Dave about the use of Barbara Windsor on the artwork for that can? I'm intrigued. What have I missed? Oh. Ooh. There's the sourness. But it's juicy. It's enjoyable. Hackney gelato now. It does sound good. I am quite enjoying that. I'm actually glad I had a sour. I looked at it and I thought, shall I go for it? I'm glad I did. It's rather nice. What are you drinking now, David? You must have changed beer by now. Jim, have you had a beer yet? I see. Did they ask? It's a good point. Because it's not just got Barbara Windsor on it. It's got some of the other cast from the Carry On movies on there as well. But obviously, they highlighted Barbara Windsor. There's a few other cast members from the movies on there. But yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. You make a solid point there, David. Would they have asked her husband? Is he still with us? Her husband? think he's still with us. 5 p.m. He's cracking a double. He's getting into a dipper. Getting into a dipper. Why not? What? Who's it by? Who's it by? Topic Imperial strong alcohol bite. It's too hot for an Imperial for me. I don't know if I could do a stout right now. I'm not sure I could. So Barbara Windsor is a legendary British actress who was in the industry for many, many years. She was, if you ever heard of the Carry On movies, sort of British comedies, she was in EastEnders for a number of years, which is one of the biggest sort of sitcoms that the country have produced. A bit of a legend. She passed away a couple of years ago now, Barbara Windsor. But yeah, proper legend, Barbara Windsor. So yeah. Jim is in. Hello, Jim. He says, I saw your Lidl review. Sounded dire. It was bad. Here it is. Still got the can. The Steam Brew Imperial IPA. That was shocking. That really was bad. That was awful. That tasted like just one of them dodgy strong lagers. Really, really bad. Not drinking yet. It's only 11:46 in the morning at the moment. I'll let you off. That's pretty early, to be fair. That's pretty early. Do a noon beer, maybe. Crack a noon, have a beer. A nice cold lager. Dave says 14 minutes in counting. Yes, that's what I was suggesting. Have a noon beer. Oh, Nick says, can't wait until tonight so I can have a nice big bottle of Westmalle Double. Love that stuff. The double, yeah, it's a cracking beer. Have I got any Westmalle in at the moment? I don't think I have. I don't think I have any Westmalle at the moment. I've got some Golden Carolus. I've got some Saint Feuillon. I've got a bottle of West Vletter and 12. I was going to review it. I've been sitting on that for a while. West Vletter and 12. That's a review coming soon. It's called Pulp Art from Brooklyn Brewery. I don't think I've tried that. I think that's one of the ones that went into Tesco, I want to say. Don't think I've tried that one. No, I don't think I've had that one, Harry, mate. Pulp Art from Brooklyn Brewery. What did you think? I mean, I love Brooklyn Brewery. I mean, their lager, when we used to get it imported, it was one of my favourite lagers. In fact, I have a bottling of Brooklyn Breweries, the amber lager, at the original 5.2% ABV. However, this particular bottle, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. This particular bottle, from what I understand, was brewed and bottled in Sweden, which is very odd, because I think it's Carlsberg now have the distribution and brewing rights in the UK for Brooklyn. So this is a Swedish bottling of Brooklyn Lager, and it's the ABV. So I'm assuming this is as close to the original Brooklyn Lager that we can get over here now. So I'm quite interested to try this, because this and Samuel Adams was probably one of the first American beers I ever had, and I thought this at the time was absolutely cracking. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm interested to see what that tries like. That's what I've got in here. I've also got a few cans of that in at the moment as well, the Stonewall. This for me, this has become sort of quite readily available now. This is like their take on neck oil for me. It tastes just like neck oil. Again, it's a Carlsberg product. Yeah. Carlsberg, Masters, Wolverhampton. Yeah. So that's not terrible, but not spectacular. But the original Brooklyn Lager, used to love it. Saint Fouillon is a great beer. Yeah, I've got the. I've got a bottle. I've got a bottle of the Quad. I've not had that one before, so I'm rather excited about that. Nice big, nice sessionable 11% beer. Looking forward to that. I've got a load of random beers sitting here at the moment. Going to see Oasis? No, I'm not going to see Oasis. I'm old. I went to see Oasis when they were in their prime. I saw Oasis play at Earl's Court in 1997. I think it was 97. The year they released Be Here Now. And they were supported that night by The Verve. And it was one of the best gigs. I was only like 12, 13 at the time. And it was one of the best gigs that you could have gone to at that age. Like I say, The Verve had just come out. Urban Hymns had just been released. Their Bittersweet Symphony was like #1 in the charts, and they were supporting Oasis. So Oasis had just brought out Be Here Now, and they were at their peak of their powers. Like I say, they'd done Definitely Maybe, they'd done What's the Story, Morning Glory, and their third album came out to a lot of fanfare and a lot of attention, and it was a great gig. But I think they did Standing on the Shoulder of Giants after that, and for me personally, it all went downhill after that. But also my music tastes were changing. I was kind of listening to more heavier and heavier stuff at that point. And Oasis, for me, they were of their time. They legendary songs. They've done some great songs over the years. I'm not taking nothing away from Oasis, but I've been to see a dozen bands at least since then that completely blow them out of the water in terms of quality and live performances. So I hope everyone who's going to Oasis gigs this summer enjoys it, because, like I say, on their day they're terrific. But no, I wasn't queuing to get Oasis tickets this summer. I felt like I'd been there, done that, got the T-shirt. I'll leave that part of my life behind. I'll let everyone else enjoy it, but I'm hoping there'll be some good shows. Have you covered all the Sierra Nevada beers, or are there more reviews to come? There will always be more Sierra Nevada reviews to come. Always. I don't know. I'm arguably their biggest British fan. I'm a massive fan. I've got a ridiculous amount of Sierra Nevada glassware up there. Load of glasses. Basically every beer on that top shelf, apart from one or two other ones, they're all Sierra Nevada beers. I'm a huge fan. I'm on the 5% San Miguel today. A bit boring, but it's probably the best of a bad bunch. See, I still don't mind Sierra Nevada. I don't mind San Miguel 5%. I still think it's a solid lager. I was drinking a few of them last weekend when I went away. A couple of lads, they got that. Oh, God, yes, you did, didn't you? I forgot all about that. Brooklyn Brewery Chocolate Stout. It was the only one that didn't make the journey. Well, the rest of them were fine. And I got the box, and the bottle was in pieces, and the box was just covered in dried chocolate stout. Oh, so upset. Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. But the rest of the beers were stunning. Planning a trip to Calais, Boulogne next week. Planning a cheeky trip to the Calais bottle shop and stocking up on some Conti beers. Oh, be rude not to, mate. Be rude not to. Sounds like a cracking trip. Used to love those imported Brooklyn beers. Yeah, I was quite happy to find that one. I was like, ooh, proper ABV Brooklyn Lager. I love that. It's warming up so quickly. It's so hot. Bloody annoying. It's too hot. Literally 30 degrees now. Ugh. On a low and brow, Munich, just do it right. You're not wrong, Jim. You're not wrong, mate. The Munich, they do know what they're doing over in Germany. Jim, my favourite Brooklyn Brewery beer is their West Indies Pale Ale. West Indies Pale Ale. West Indies Pale Ale. I'm not sure I've had that one. I imagine you get a hell of a lot more Brooklyn beer over there than we do here. Like I say, we get the stuff that's brewed here now. See that one at lots of gig venues. Oh, really? Oh, the Stonewall Inn. Yeah, it's everywhere, isn't it, now? I was caught. You were there too. What are the chances? What are the chances? That was probably the first proper big gig I ever went to. I used to go see bands in pubs and things like that. I was always well into my live music. I'm quite lucky. I had like an older sister who was well into live music, live bands and that. She used to kind of drag me to all these pubs and that and watch live bands. And I think Oasis at Earl's Court was the first proper big gig I really went to. And like when you look back on it now, like I say, you had the Verve supporting. There wasn't a bigger ticket and I think I had a physical ticket for it, like a paper ticket, not like now we just get it emailed to you. And for some reason, I think the tickets were only like 28 quid or something like that. And you're talking the biggest ticket in the UK at the time. Oasis and the Verve supporting them. That's a £200 ticket nowadays, easy. And we're talking 20 years ago. I know more than that. I mean, nearly 30 years ago. Jesus Christ, how old am I? 2025. Shit. So much ticket prices have gone up in that time. Crazy. I mostly don't get on with stout, but I quite enjoyed St. Peter's Cream Stout. Oh, I've not had that one. Cream Stout. I've had their plum one. Their plum stout a few times. Jim Bryan, great beer. Was that the West Indies Pale? The Lowenbrow. Back in the day, 95. There you go. Another one that's seen Oasis back in the day. Same here. A lovely beer in the Stonewall Inn in Manhattan. Brilliant walking tour. Greenwich Village beer and literary pub crawl. Oh, sounds nice. Sounds nice. Jimmy says, I do like Oasis. Used to listen to them all the time as a teen. Yeah, I was a big fan. I was a big fan in my early teens. And then I saw some brilliant bands of that. So I saw Stereophonics. Like they were playing Finsbury Park last weekend. And I saw them donkeys years ago when I was at school. When I was at school, I probably went to more gigs when I was at school than I do now. I saw Stereophonics play live. I saw Stereophonics at Wembley Arena. And the Kings of Leon were supporting them that night. And they just released Youth and Young Manhood, their debut album. So I've seen bands that were like support bands that were awesome. And you didn't know how big they were going to be at the time, you know. So Kings of Leon now, massive band. But Stereophonics are still excellent. Absolutely excellent. But I used to love it. Oasis, Stereophonics, Travis. I went to see them. Who else did I go and see? I was well into at the time. I think now. The Charlatans, I went to see them. Cast, I went to see Cast. Who else did I go see? Too many bloody bands. Ocean Colour Scene, that's another one. I think they're still around. But yeah, every now and then I'll whack out the old Oasis albums and have a listen. Let's say they were of their time. I've seen some unreal live bands. Most funnily enough was one of the best I've ever been to. Most funnily enough was one of the best I've ever been to. Good music scene then. Certainly was. Loved the Verve. Saw them at Clapham Grand early on, and then the Verve supporting the Pumpkins at Brixton. Oh, nice. The Verve are brilliant. Richard Ashcroft is still really good. He still produces new stuff, like a solo way, but he's very, very good. Richard Ashcroft, very good. I saw BB King live. Wow, he wasn't great in his 80s, but I'm glad I can say I saw him live. Yeah, I would have liked to see BB live. Never saw him. I think he played the Royal Albert Hall a few years before he died. I really wanted to go. I just never got round to actually getting the tickets. There's a few people I'd like to see. I want to see Eric Clapton live. I'd love to see Clapton live. I've never seen him play live. I don't think I'm going to get too many more opportunities. I'd love to see Eric Clapton play. I like Ocean Colour Scene. Yeah, they were good. Watch some recent Metallica videos on YouTube. Looking at the band reminds me how old I am. It is, isn't it? It's worrying now. They're all in their 60s, you know, Metallica. And you can tell that it's kind of catching up with them. You know, they're playing London. They're playing the West Ham Stadium next July? June, July? I can't remember now. I've got tickets and I can't remember when it is. July. I think it's July. They're playing two gigs. Friday night and the Sunday night. 2 different sets. and hopefully they've still got the energy to play them, because otherwise we'll be buggered. Best act I saw live around then, Jeff Buckley. I've heard of Jeff Buckley. I've never seen him live though. Jeff Buckley. Saw Metallica already many years ago. Oh, Metallica are so good. They're my all-time favourite band, Metallica. I've seen them, I don't even know how many times. I've seen Metallica too many times. So every time they come over here, I book tickets. I go and see them, and I don't even think about it. A bit silly, really, but yeah, they're just extremely good live. A lot of people like to try and slag off Metallica. I think it's just because they're so big. Sabbath gig at Village was good. It was very good. Gary Moore was supporting BB. No way. Another killer guitarist, Gary Moore. Brilliant. Jeff Buckley, a legend. Sad he's gone. He had his issues, didn't he, Jeff Buckley? Wasn't he? How did he die? Am I getting it completely wrong? Was he a bit of a druggie, Jeff Buckley? Urban Hymns, one of the best albums of the 90s. Absolutely. Always preferred the Stone Roses over Oasis, but it's a personal choice. Never really got into the Stone Roses. I do hear a lot of people make that comparison, Stone Roses to Oasis, but I never really got into the Stone Roses. One of them bands, I think, maybe just kind of passed me by. But yeah, Ian Brown's, he's great. I like some of his solo stuff. He did some really good solo stuff. Faith No More, top band. Yeah, I've seen Faith No More. I saw them at Sonisphere Festival, which no longer exists. It was at Nebworth a few years ago now. They did it sort of 10, 15 years ago. They had like 3 years of this random festival called Sonisphere, and it was really good. And then it just vanished. Like the investors just pulled out. They were like, nah, that's enough of that. I saw Faith No More there. I saw the Big Four. Metallica played with Anthrax and Slayer and Megadeth. Really, really good day. Yeah. I mean, did he really? He walked into a river and disappeared. Jesus. What the hell? Wow. That's sad. That is sad. Metallica are a great band. To go from that early raw thrash to the stuff like Mama said, band that knows how to change and really evolve. Exactly that. You got to evolve. You got to change your sound. I mean, you got to think. You know, when Metallica released Kill 'Em All, they were like 20. They were kids. You know, you're not going to play thrash metal that fast for the rest of your life. You can't physically do it. We're talking 40 odd years ago. Yeah, people always want to. Metallica, one of them bands that people like to slag off. It's like, oh, it don't sound as good. It's like, well, they've got to evolve, haven't they? You know, they've got to evolve. I really like Load and Reload. I think they're really good albums. You know, Saint Anger was probably the only one that I wasn't massively keen on, but even that was still a really good thrash album. It still beat the shit out of anything else that came out that year. You know, it's yeah, just legends, absolute legends. Jeff Buckley drowned in the Mississippi. Stone's throw from Memphis. A tortured soul that didn't impact his death. That is sad. That is sad. I saw Metallica. Oh, it's gone. I saw Metallica 99 at the Pontiac Silverdome. I love the names Americans give their arenas. The Silverdome, the Superdome, stuff like that. Ugh. Justice is a great album. It is a great album. It is a great album. I would suggest, I would argue that Justice might be their best album. Might be their best album. I think it was at that point where they were thrash, but they were so complex as well. They were kind of, I think, at the peak of their powers. Death Magnetic was legit. Death Magnetic, again, underrated album. Underrated album. A lot of people whinged about the production on Death Magnetic. You know, it's like, oh, the drumming was too loud. I'm like, gives a shit. Good album. Some bangers on there. Absolute bangers. I think Jeff Buckley drowned. Apparently he was sober at the time. Just fancied a swim. That is sad, though. Ride the Lightning to Justice. My favourite period. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Imagine if a metal band released Kill 'Em All now. Like any new thrash metal band came out with an album as good as Kill 'Em All, everyone would just freak out, wouldn't they? They'd be like, Jesus Christ, who are these guys? Who are these guys? Load Remastered. It's like a completely new album. Did you think so? I mean, I don't know. I listened to it. It's definitely sharper, which is nice. But which is nice. You're playing it on a good speaker. But yeah, I don't know. Just a money making thing, I think, personally. But it's a good album. If you're going to remaster it, then it's always going to be slightly better. But that's how I went down very easily. But I like Load. I like Reload. Just back in from the meat drawer. Oh, we won a couple of times. Chicken and some chops. Nice. Nice. That's your Sunday dinner sorted out. Continuing on with some bottled ales now and a Tall Tales Pale Ale from Butcombe. Butcombe Brewery. 4.5%. That's got to be the most unfortunate name for a brewery in the world, doesn't it? Butcombe. Butcombe. I can't wait until Metallica are 85 and they've got barrel issues and the album Unload. Yeah. Everyone in the front row will have to have like rain jackets on and that just in case it all goes a bit wrong. Oh, that's the worrying thing though, isn't it? All these bands, you know, we've seen them get older and older and they've headlined all these festivals and things. And it's got to come to a point where they're going to be like, enough's enough. You know, like Iron Maiden played London last weekend and I didn't go, but by all accounts, they are still incredible. And they are one of the best live bands I've ever seen, Iron Maiden, but they're all like pushing 70. You know, it's like how much longer can they do it? It's madness. Far Beyond Driven and Trend Kill are my favourites from them. There you go. Nice to see that Dave Mustaine found Jesus. Another one who, when I see him, reminds me of my age. That geezer looks like his face is melted, doesn't it? He looks like a witch, Dave Mustaine. I don't know if he's just constantly frowning or if that's just his general progression of his face. Doesn't look like a happy man, Dave Mustaine. And I'm getting a bit bored of him bitching about Metallica, bitching about how it didn't work out for him. It's like, Dave, you're awesome, man. You're awesome. Like, you've had a hell of a career, despite not it working out with Metallica. It's like, just stop whinging, dude. Dipper has been cracked. Beak. Ooh, now we're talking. Lush, tropical, fruity monster. Thick and smooth. That sounds good, man. It does sound good. I'm really tempted to crack open to a big IPA, but trying to be sessionable. Rust in Peace, one album. Great album. It is a great album. Vulgar Display, yeah, man. Pantera, now we're talking. Love it. Nick's loving Joey. I don't dislike Metallica, but I'm much more of a 70s rock fan. Mark Knopfler, oh, mate. Now we're talking. Mark Knopfler's my hero. No, he's my hero. I've got a signed, I would take it off the wall, but I'm worried I'll break it. I've got a hand-signed picture of Mark Knopfler surrounded by some of his favourite guitars on my wall over there. He's my hero. So I grew up listening to Dire Straits. My dad's a massive Dire Straits fan. And still to this day, like even his album he put out last year, is still, was it last year or was it early this year? Last year. Still terrific. Some great playing on it. My all-time favourite guitarist. Here, I say, and I love Jimi Hendrix. I'm a massive Jimi Hendrix fan, but, you know, I've still put Knopfler above Jimi Hendrix for me. That's how weird I am. It'd be like Knopfler, Hendrix, Clapton in that order. The three best guitarists of all time. Knopfler's a genius. Absolute genius. And no one else plays guitar like him, you know, as well, which makes him even more awesome. Is it more roadies that need to worry about Metallica? Yeah, definitely. So, oh no, what's he done to me? I was having a good time. But really getting into the Hives. Are they still about the Hives? They were great. What was that song they came out with? Hate to say I told you so. That was a banger. Absolute banger. I didn't realise they were still going. Are they Swedish? Were they something obscure? It's like a Scandi band, weren't they, the Hives? Boom. Boom. Pop the player. Swedish, yes, there we go. Yeah, man. I had their first album. The Highs, now I think about it. Red album cover. I can't remember what it was called. What was it? Your new favourite band? Have I just made that up? I might have just made that up. I'm sure it was your new favourite band, The Hives. Yeah, man. Going back now. Going back. When did that come out? That must have been 20 odd years ago when that came out. More beer, please. More beer. I'm going to have another non-alky one, I think. The time to time, the rest of the Chili Peppers probably did call him John Frustrates. He's a good guitarist, to be fair. Brothers in Arms, a classic. I believe the Royal Army Band did a cover of the song. Yes, but it was written at the time of the Falklands conflict, wasn't it? Brothers in Arms. And it is one of the all-time great rock songs. Just the intro alone. Beautiful song. Beautiful song. If somehow you've never listened to Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits, I do recommend it. Just put some really good headphones on and just lose yourself in like 7 minutes of bliss. Absolute bliss with Knopfler's genius. More chug. More chug. Thank you, Mash Gang. I've got crap everywhere. Knopfler is probably technically better than Hendrix, but Hendrix just had a raw edge to his play. Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan, another amazing player. How old was he when he died, Stevie Ray Vaughan? Ridiculously young, wasn't he? Ridiculously young. What a player. Yeah, Hendrix, man. I mean, I can't be certain, but I mean, before Hendrix, was there a guitarist that was playing notes with that distorted sound? Was there anyone else that done that before? I'm not sure. I know Jimmy will probably know more than I do, but I mean, you think of Voodoo Child, the intro to Voodoo Child, when that kicks in, that sound. Had anyone ever sounded like Jimi Hendrix? Anyone ever made a sound like that before he did? Could you imagine hearing that for the first time? You must have been like, what the fuck? You know, I always think of all these bands that, like when people first heard Black Sabbath, for example, people thought they were devil worshippers. You know, people thought they'd never sound anything like this. Tony Iommi and his distorted riffs and that. No one had ever heard anything like it before, you know. So when Jimmy would have played Voodoo Child for the first time, just playing single notes, but that distorted sound, still to this day, I'll listen to Voodoo Child and I don't care what anyone says. That shit gets in you. You turn that song up loud and it's like, oh, yes, fucking good. Hendrix was incredible. Okay, he was part of the 20, was he 27 when he passed, Jimmy? The guy lived on, you know, mushrooms, didn't he? He lived on psychedelics. And I think precisely because of that, his music was just better than anything else out there, because his brain was on a whole other level to anyone else's. He didn't see any limitations to what he was playing. You know, he was playing off his head, you know, so he was hearing sounds clearly. His brain was telling him to play sounds that no one else had ever played, you know. And you listen back to Jimi Hendrix now and it's still incredible, still absolutely incredible. And I think he changed the trajectory of guitar music forever. Like I say, arguably not the most technically gifted guitarist the world's ever seen, but revolutionary, absolutely revolutionary. Just changed the way the guitar sounded for everyone. And it was just damn shame that he was too young, but what a legend, absolute legend. He's without a doubt one of the most important people in the history of music, full stop. I'm not just talking rock music, I'm just music, full stop. I think if it wasn't for him, rock music probably wouldn't have got anywhere close to where it is now. It wouldn't have changed. We would have been waiting years and years for someone else to think of something like that, you know. It's, yeah, what a player. What a player. Paul, hello, mate. There's another blast from the past. Evening. Hell's this hot. I'm not going to church tomorrow. Guitarist wise, Santana, another great player. Santana. Carlos, great player. Great player. I do like Carlos Santana. There's me beer. There it is. Very good player. Good shout. Good shout. I do like a bit of Carlos Santana. Guitar fan of McGuinn, Buck. Yeah, Jeff Buck. Jeff Beck, Buck. I'm thinking the wrong people here. Guitars for jangling. No one likes him before us. Dave Davies was the initiator of the distorted guitar amp. Oh, there you go. There you go. Grant dropping the facts. My favourite Stevie Ray Vaughan's A Little Wing. Couldn't stand for the weather. Couldn't stand the weather. Stevie Ray Vaughan, man. What a player. Little Wing is phenomenal, says Grant. I always think of White now whenever I listen to Voodoo Jar nowadays. That soundtrack was so perfect for the with now. Yeah. Yeah. Richie Blackmore for me. Love how melodic his playing is. Richie Blackmore. I think I'm familiar with Richie Blackmore, or enough of Richie Blackmore. Beautiful. Yeah, man. Some killer guitarists out there. Killer guitarists. Any Faces fans in the house? Ronnie Wood, Lane. Not massive. Not a massive Faces fan, if I'm honest. That's a film I've not seen for a long time. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes, White Men Can't Jump. We'll be able to make that nowadays. We'll be able to make it. We won't get into that. Oh, mate. God, it's warm. Every now and then you just stop and you feed it like, oh yeah, it's still bloody hot, isn't it? That fan is a lifesaver at the moment. Absolute lifesaver. I think I might have died. I might have died live on YouTube. Excuse me. There was no one like Jimmy, but he influenced a lot by a lot of the old blues guitarists. Buddy Guy, Albert Collins, all the old boys. That's the thing. I want to listen to them now. If someone influenced Jimi Hendrix, I mean, they must have been insane. They must have been good. But yeah, I do wonder without the use of drugs, what would Jimmy have been? Probably still be alive, or maybe not. How old would Jimmy be now? He'd be in the 80s, wouldn't he? Jimi Hendrix. Oh, he's moved. He's moved. Dave says he's moved bars. 3-minute walk was brutal. Too hot for walking. Too hot for walking. You need to stick yourself under a parasol with a slight breeze somewhere with a cold beer. It's too hot for going anywhere. I've got to go out. I've got to go out tonight. I don't want it. It's going to be too bloody hot. I've got to fucking put clothes on and make an effort. Nice breeze appearing in my neck of the woods in Hampshire. That's what you need. A breeze. That's what you need. Kind of been digging Daft Punk lately. Daft Punk. Blimey. I used to like Daft Punk. I had their... Was it Homework? Homework album? Is that the one that One More Time came off? One more time. They did some bangers, Daft Punk, to be fair. Good drinking music. Would be too politically incorrect for our time. It's a real shame. Life was much more fun, but people weren't so easily offended. Damn straight. What has happened to us? What has happened to us as a society where we're just whinging about everything all the time? God. And these people get put on a pedestal as well. People who whinge. People who complain about normal things. Their opinions are suddenly validated. Everyone's happy to, whinge about stuff and get their say in. I don't know. We've become very petty, haven't we? As a race, people. Right, I'm going to go for a quick Jimmy. How do I cut my camera? Is it like that? That's how you do it. I'll be back. And we're back. And we're back. Right. Yeah, right. Am I right? People whinge and they get put on the platform. It's like you're allowed to be a bitch nowadays. You're allowed to be a whinging little twat about everything all the time. Really weird. Really weird. I feel like this society nowadays, you have to vent. People have to vent and go on the internet and whinge about how bad a day they've had. You know, it's like whatever happened to just having a bad day and dealing with it, starting again tomorrow. Everyone's got a bitch about everything nowadays. It's really annoying. Everyone's offended by everything. Everyone's triggered. It's just like, oh, fucking grow up, you know? Madness. I like the early faces with Ronnie Lane. They were a different band in the early days before they became too commercial. God, you could say that about a few bands, couldn't you? I'm a proud Olympic level whinger at work. So am I, to be fair. So am I, especially this time of year. Working behind the bar when you're a beer fan, when you're a passionate beer fan, can be trying. Let's put it that way. A lot of people who want shandies this time of year. Fucking dickheads. Very annoying. Was it Rod Stewart, member of the Faces? He was, wasn't he? Rod Stewart, singer for the Faces originally. Too commercial. They were only going a couple of years ago. Yeah, I do. I like a whinge. I like a whinge about, you know, trivial things. Nothing too major. You know, mainly beer related stuff is probably the stuff. Football. Football. I like whinging about football. I like whinging about beer. But other than that, I think I'm all right. Certainly, I've got to whinge about politics because it'll never get you anywhere if you whinge about that. Jesus. You know, what a waste of time that is. What a waste of time. Neil Long, hello. How are you, sir? How are you doing? My cheeky Scouse friend, how are you, Neil? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Did I tell you I'm going to Malta? Your favourite place in the world. I'm going to Malta. When am I going? End of September? Yeah, end of September. Going for a few days. I need some beer recommendations, some bar recommendations. I mean, more Rod Stewart split from the band. I was never keen on his solo stuff. There you go. Jim says, hello, Neil. Grant said, never whinge about stuff completely out. Exactly. No point whinging about politics because they don't give a shit about us. They don't give a shit about what we think anyway. So there's no point whinging about that. But we can change things. Beer is something worth whinging about because at the end of the day, if people stop buying the beer, then they're going to have to change it, aren't they? Football's always worth whinging about. It's always worth whinging about football, especially when you support a big club. It's all about the money. People stop giving them money, they'll soon have to change their ways. But yeah, trying to be positive. I'm getting too old for whinging. It's not good for your heart having a whinge at everything, you know. None of us are getting any younger. Plenty to recommend. I'll just miss you. I'll come home from Malta on the 27th of August. Damn it. I'll be like a month afterwards. Totally agree. Just wasting your energy. Yeah. I try not to watch the news. The news is depressing. And everyone's got a different opinion as well. We've got so many different news networks that all want to argue with each other. Everyone's got a different perspective and a different view on it. It's just, who do you listen to anymore? Pointless. Not even football. I speak as a fellow Lily White. Not worth it, to be honest. Sometimes you feel like you're just kind of shouting into the ether, don't you? No one's really listening, but yeah, I don't know. The more money we get charged listening, the more money we get charged watching big football clubs. There is, you know, I was talking about it earlier, how on the Spurs membership card. It used to be supporter number. Now it's client reference number. You know, if we're viewed as clients, you know, then Spurs are a business, right? So if they're charging us all this money and we're not getting much in return, it does come to a point where it's like, well, it's a poor investment, isn't it? You know, you've got to start performing, you know. So I think us winning the Europa League the other week, amazing. One of the best nights of my life. I was at the parade. It was incredible. You know, absolutely incredible couple of days. I mean, it was an incredible couple of weeks. I'm still buzzing about it now, to be honest. But Spurs now have to go out and spend money. They have to go out and reinvest because that's where we should be. You know, we've let all these other clubs chuck loads of money into it and win things. The Spurs have been left there watching it for years. You know, as a client, we need a return on our investment. You know, so they've got to start living up to it. Hello, Jim, says Neil. Dave said hello to Neil on the Hofmeister. I love Hofmeister. I love it. I've got my Hofstein up there. Big fan. Although they have recently sold the two lads that brought it back from the dead. They've recently sold it to the same company that own a load of other breweries. Who else do they own? They own Four Pure, Magic Rock, and some other shit ones. So I'm really hoping that they don't mess around with it because they were at Brew London in April, whenever it was, and they had a whole line, really long bar of all the different breweries that this company own. And I went over and I was like, look, is the Hofmeister still okay? And I tried it. I was like, yeah, it's still good. Still tastes good. I buy it in at work. Every now and then. It always sells well. But I'm hoping they don't go down the shit route. I never bother anymore. It's like the news is just piping negativity into my brain. They are. I think we're all better off not watching it. It does. It just makes you miserable watching the news. You watch the news, it makes you miserable, and it makes you dislike other people for no good reason. And it's just negative bollocks, you know. Waste of time. It's not worth the hassle. Life's too short. Is Tiny Rebels brewing still around? They are. They are still around. I haven't had any Tiny Rebel beer for a while. I like Tiny Rebel. I like the fact that they're still independent. I like the fact that their branding is arguably the best in the game. I think Tiny Rebel's branding is absolutely sensational. But their beer is not the best. I think that's a fair comment. It's not the best. In fact, a lot of the time it's borderline garbage. And I still think that's fair. But every now and then they knock out a belter. And you're like, there they are. Tiny Rebel, you know. So there's still elements of a top craft brewery there. But yeah, their branding is terrific. They've clearly got some money behind them. They're independent, and I like supporting them. I'll get Tiny Rebel in at work, but yeah, it's been a while since I've had a selection of Tiny Rebel beers and thought to myself, oh, they're all really good, you know. But yeah, maybe it's time to revisit Tiny Rebel. Maybe it's time. They're very much in the supermarkets now, and I think when you can do that, when you've got the money to just chuck loads of beers into supermarkets, there's usually a reason for it, and or one or two reasons for it. One, you're brewing cheap beer, so you don't mind losing money on it. It's about the exposure of being on a supermarket shelf. Or two, you've got investment. Someone's invested. I don't know. The Tiny Rebel might have had investment, or they're just doing so well that they can afford to chuck cheap beer in the supermarkets and not make much money on it. I don't know. But they're independent still, as far as I'm aware. And as long as that's the case, I'll happily support them. But the beer's got to be good. You've been to the Tiny Rebel tap room? No, I haven't. I have not. It is on my list of things to do. I was with John My good mate John, formerly of Lord's Brewing Company at Brew London a few years back now. And I was helping out with him for the weekend. And our bar was directly opposite Tiny Rebel. So we spent a lot of time talking with them. Some of the friendliest people, like their team were on it. Their team were on it. They had quite a large team, Tiny Rebel, and they were chucking beer at us left, right, and centre. And when we found out we were YouTubers as well, they couldn't give us enough free beer. Super friendly. We were trying all their beer. And it was nice and all that. It was good, but they said, "Oh, come over to Cardiff, come to our tap room. We'll look after you." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come. I'll definitely come." And that was over 3 years ago, and I've still not been. So I would like to go. I've heard good things about the tap room, and I say you've just doubled down on it. One of the best tap room experiences in the UK, apart from the beer, which that's the sad bit, isn't it? Sadly, Tiny Rebel beer is mostly crap. Yeah, there you go. It is a shame. Jimmy says, "I'm a Watford fan. I'm always complaining about us. We've had about 10 managers in the past year. If we lose a few games, they get a sack." It's true. Watford do like sacking managers, don't they? They do like sacking managers. Multi-club ownership, a bad thing? Yeah. I don't think that's ever a good thing. Jim's off. See you guys. I'm off. All the best. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you stopping by, mate. You take care of yourself. Thank you, dude. Have a shave. I like your top, Paul. I'm a Spurs fan myself, and I've recently bought the new away shirt for next season, and it looks class. I love a black kit. Yeah, that new away shirt is sexy, and it is really nice. I haven't bought a new Spurs shirt in years. I bought a couple of classic ones, but yeah, I'm with you. That new away shirt, I think I might get it. I love a black football shirt, and that new one is rather nice. Although I do like the new yellow one, the third kit. That looks smart. They've got the old crest on it, the old 90s Tottenham badge on it. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'd buy a yellow shirt, but it does look cool. I do like the look of that. But yes, I think I might get the black one as well. That is smart. Brewery tap room for Tiny Rebel in Newport is better than the Cardiff one. Oh, is it really? That's interesting. Has Simon done anything? For the Tiny Rebel tap room on his channel? I thought he would have been there. Just waiting for the discounts mid-season for the new away shirt. For the sound of thing, I think you'd be lucky to get one. Sounds like it's flying out, that new black shirt. That Brew London stream was classic Rasco. Oh my God, yeah, that was Rasco at sorry, I've got really itchy head for some reason. Rasco at Brew London, that was so funny. I was having a really we'd had a skinful. Me and Rasco, as we all had. And I was busy chatting to him. So we were really lucky. So the organisers had given us a studio, a room that looked down on the venue, to use to do content. So we were getting people from breweries come up and do like 5-10 minutes just to promote themselves. It was really good fun. And yeah, it was a Friday or the Saturday, I can't remember now. I was chatting. I've been to the Jaipur, the Thornbridge bar with Rasco. He's a massive. At the time, he was a massive Jaipur fan. It was like the best beer in the world as far as he was concerned, you know. And we had a few Jaipurs. We were having a good chat, and we went up. I said, "I've got to go up to the studio. I've got to meet. I've got to chat." I think I was chatting with Hofmeister or something. I said, "I've got to go meet a guy." Going up to the studio, come say hello, and I was chatting with Rasco in the corridor before we went into the room, and he was sound, like absolutely fine. And then whatever happened. Like from that to half an hour, he just completely lost it. Like the beer just kicked in, and he just after that, it just wasn't making any sense. He wasn't getting sentences out properly. It was so funny. And I think Disco recorded like a soundbite where Rasco left the room, and I just went. I can't remember. Someone was looking at me like, "What's up with him?" And I went, he's off his nut. Disco recorded it. And he was using it as a soundbite on his channel for ages. But that was a funny day. That was a funny day. Marky, hello, son. How are you? Hey up, Ginge. Oh, the devil. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. What's going on? How's the weather faring for you, mate? Are you hot enough? They says hello, Mark. Jim says hello to Mark. Mint. Says my bloody iPad's playing. Spurs aren't going to let that away shirt go out of stock before you can't get a name and number. About far too much money to be made on it yet. Yeah, it's a beautiful shirt. Like I say, they're going to make a ton of money on that. Have you got a player's name on the back of it? Do you do that? I don't know if I'd want a player's name on the back of it now. I don't look up to footballers the way I did when I was a kid. I think they're all tossers these days. But I quite like James Maddison. It wouldn't be a bad name to have on the back, I suppose, but I don't know if I'd do it. Keep it blank. He meant, hey up, Ginge. How the devil are you? I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. I've got a fan on me. I'm staying relatively cool. I'm quite happy at the moment. Quite happy right now. I'm gonna go till 6. So I've just realised I've actually got to start getting ready to go out. Somehow it's nearly 6 o'clock already. So I'm going to round it up at 6 o'clock. So we've still got another 20 minutes or so. So I can hear Abby banging around next door, which obviously means she's getting ready to go out. So I was like, oh shit, I've got to do the same, haven't I? I did. You got Ricky. I don't usually, but last season I got Mickey's name on it. Mickey Van de Ven. What a player he is. Top player. Too good for Spurs, really. Be nice if we can get a season out of him. Keep him fit. If we keep him and Romero fit next season, we could be in business. We want Solomon back. We want to buy him on a permanent. Yeah, I want you to buy him on a permanent as well. He had a really good season, didn't he, with Leeds last year? Had a really good season. Buy him. Why have you not bought him already? Does Thomas Frank want to have a look at him? I think we've got too many wingers now. We just signed Kudus. Mattis Tell has come in. Do we need another winger? I don't think we do. How much are Spurs asking for him? 20 million? Something like that? You could have him. Oh, they're stalling. Leeds are stalling. Why are they stalling? If you want him, buy him. I don't think it'd take much of a deal to get him out the door. 15, 20 million quid to be only paid like £1.5 million for him. It was an absolute steal. Yeah, if you get that should be an easy deal. That should be a good deal for Leeds. Get that one done. Spurs are stalling. We're stalling. I didn't even know you'd made an offer. What have you offered? Do you know? Cost us nothing. Well, it cost us nothing. Did we get him from? Was it Shakhtar? We got him from one of the Ukrainian clubs. They went to war and all the football stopped there. I think we had to pay something, didn't we? There was some sort of legal fee that we had to pay. Spurs are stalling. That's weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just get rid of him. Let him play football. Let him play. Was that it? They wanted 15 million quid, but your new manager wants a gander at him. I would say get that deal done. If I'm at Spurs, I'm selling him. I'm selling him. Get the money back in. Invest it. Cost us our yeah, they weren't happy about that, was they? We kind of snuck in and nicked a player purely based on circumstances. Yeah, we weren't popular at that time, was we really? No, well, I'm gonna have another beer. I'm gonna have one more beer. I'll let the crowd decide. What should we go? IPA or a lager? I'm gonna put it to you guys. IPA or a lager? What should we go for? I've had sours. I've had couple of non-alcoholics. I've had a couple of Mexican lagers. Nick says lager. There we go. Let's go for a lager. Here we go. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Vocation Hebden Lager. This is a good lager. I like this one. 5% ABV. The strongest one I've had. Dave says double IPA. Jim goes, everyone's going in for IPAs now. How's that now doing? You nicked off us. Great. Everyone's saying IPA apart from the first one. I'll tell you what, if this one goes down quick enough, I'll have an IPA. But this one normally, this was the last lager that I bought a case of, the Hebden Lager from Vocation. I really like this beer. I think it's a cracking lager. I am a fan. What else we got? How's that lad you're doing off us, Gray? He's a player. He is a player, Archie Gray. I just felt like he was played out of position most of the season last year because we had so many injuries. He played a lot of his football at centre back, which he's not a centre back. For me, he's a midfielder. He looks like a midfielder to me. Technically, he's very, very good. But how old is he? Is he 19 yet? 19, 20 maybe? There's a player there. There's a very good player there. If we just had a system that worked, no disrespect to Ange, but it was chaotic at times last season. Absolute chaos. But yeah, if you've got a settled system, I think Archie Ray's going to be a top player. Really good player. You can see there's a very good technical player. He's very calm on the ball. You know, he's like calm beyond his years. Like plays like he's been doing it for a number of years now. He'd say he's a good player. But yeah, I could see him playing as a deep line midfielder, like a ball playing midfielder. I think he could be exactly what we need right now in a couple of years. Spurs need a ball playing deep line midfielder, one that can break it up and just play simple passes and get us ticking over. We seem to have a lot of ball carriers at the club at the moment and not enough players that can just get a foot in and just get us rolling again with a quick pass. And I think Archie Gray could be that player. I do. What about Son? Sonny's still there. He's still there. There were rumours that he might be going, but it sounds like he's staying. I mean, he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's 32 now, Sonny. So it wouldn't have been a bad time for us to sell him, but he's a legend now. He's a legend. Trophy winning captain. He's a legend. You going out? Less gas. Yeah, that's true. Less gas is better. This is true. Everyone's saying IPAs, double IPAs. So I do like that lager. I love this lager. I think it's a cracking one. Originally a midfielder, went to right back. Yeah, he played. I think he played most of his football at right back for you, didn't he? Nick says so. You really rate Vocation then. Only had their chocolate caramel stout. It was far too rich for my liking. Must try some different stuff from them. I do like Vocation. One of my favourites. I just think they're consistently very good. Consistently very good. Straight away, it just tastes. There's a rich maltiness to it. There's a bit of quality ingredients gone into it. Yeah, there it is. The Hebden Lager from Vocation. They're premium lager. Premium. 5% ABV. Solid lager. Solid lager. I've had a couple of Mexican lagers this afternoon, and they've been nice. They've been kind of that citrusy sweetness, very refreshing. But you drink that, and it's a whole other style of lager. But yes, I'm a big Vocation fan. Always have been, really. I think they're cracking. Apparently, Archie's brother is even more of a baller. I've heard this. I have heard this, and I've heard there's a couple of clubs sniffing around him already, aren't they? What's his name? What's his younger brother's name? Mark will know. Archie Gray's little brother. Did well in the under-21s in midfield. There you go. Ben says, get it down here, crack an IPA, preload a bit more in case the beers are crap where you go. I think the beers are going to be crap where I go, that's for sure. Mark says, what lager you want? The Vocation. You would have seen it now. The Vocation Hebden Lager. Dave says hello to Mark. Saying hello to David. Hi there, Mark. Vocation don't bring enough new beers out, unfortunately, but all their staple beers are still okay. Yeah, they don't. You're right, actually. I feel like they've slowed down, haven't they? They've slowed down their sort of production of new beers. They seem to be focusing on the sheer amount of like the core stuff that they can brew. They do new ones, but it's kind of rare. They're not one of them breweries that release a new beer every week. You know, it's like Track or something. I get emails from Track every week, and they've got like 2 new beers. Phantom, massive Phantom fan, and I buy directly from them, and I'll get a text message from their sales guy like, every week, and they said we got 2 new beers coming. They'll be ready next week. And I'm like, how are you brewing like every week? It's madness. Mark says hello to Jim. Everyone calls their lager premium. It's true. Oh, but this is a premium lager. This isn't your average lager. It's a premium. I haven't tried that. Good to see a lager at the 5% mark. Yeah. You can tell the difference straight away. Like I say, I had the Mexican lager, Oliva, from Mad Squirrel, and it's light, it's crisp, it's decent, but this is bready, you know, it's malty, it's more of a nod toward your sort of your German Helles lagers. It's better quality. They sound worth exploring. They ruined Life and Death when they put it in Tesco. Ooh, I don't know. I think Life and Death is still solid. I still think Life and Death is solid. But the only thing that bothers me about Vocations is they keep rebranding. It's like that plaque I've got behind me. That for me was when the branding was at its best. And I don't know why they keep changing it. They've gone back to the big eye thing at the top of the can. They wanted to get that back in the can, but I don't know. I always worry when breweries keep rebranding. I'm thinking, what else are you doing behind the scenes? You know. If not brewed in Germany, lagers can do one, says David. Shocking. I know a lot of people who feel the same way, though, to be fair. Hey up, Mark, my little Wookie. Hey up, Mr. Jones. Yeah, I know what you mean. You can't knock German lagers. They are the best. That's what they do. They do that better than anyone else. Mark will testify to that. He's been on the piss with them for the last 2 weeks, drinking nothing but German beers. Love it. Every day there was another picture of all these incredible beers he was drinking. It's just the most beautiful setting. It's just like, oh, mate, you know, like the perfect beer vacation. I need to check out more German ones. I'm actually quite impressed with some of the Asian ones I've tried. Asian beer. They really are. See? Confirmation for Mark there. They really are. Oh, that's a damn good lager. It was a mad holiday. So, was it yesterday? Day before? Sending me pictures. He was in Rothenburg. And Rothenburg is like where Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was filmed. Well, a lot of Chitty Bang Bang was filmed. And we've got all the old buildings with the what they call it. They've got like the black kind of strips across all. I don't even know what they call it. Thinking of me words. You have like black strips across the houses, white houses with like black strips across them. Proper old school German, like their Christmas markets there are legendary. And it's just everything about it just screams traditional German brewery at you. You know, just beautiful place. And there was a castle. What was the name of the castle, Mark? You sent me that picture. It looks like it's just like a forest, and then someone's plonked a castle on top of it. I mean, it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. And Mark sat there drinking beer, looking at that, and you're like, you bastard, you absolute bastard. What about the Czechs? The Czechs do very good lagers, very good pilsners. Like your local bars, Eyinger Hell. Oh, what a beer that is! Beautiful beer. Masters went literally everywhere. The visit to Ainga in their little village, and the visit to the Costa Andex were highlights. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. How'd you say that? Nuke Van Stein. That's easy for you to say. Nuke Van Stein. Jim, overrated in my opinion. Ooh, which one was that? The Czechs. Oh, he's not a fan of Czech beer. Oh, that is controversial. Budvar's by far my favourite Czech beer so far. Paul says the Pilsner Urquell at the moment is one of his favourites. Ben Utopian, a cracking lager producer from Blighty. Yes, big fan of Utopian. Big fan of Utopian. I've yet to have a bad beer from them. What's the name of that dark lager they do? Ben, what is that? What's that dark one they do? Stunning dark lager they do at Utopian. One of the best lagers I've ever had. I've forgotten the name of it. It's that good. I've forgotten the name. Black can, gold rating, stunner. I'm on a Northern Monk Transients. Still nice. Another Northern Monk Tank Petrol. What? Northern Monk Tank Petrol. Also one of my go-to IPAs. Tank Petrol. I've not had that one. Northern Monk Tank Petrol. Transient I've had. Solid. Northern Monk are solid. They are good. They do crap as well. Like the stuff they chuck in the supermarkets, like the novelty beers. They've got to stop doing those. But yeah, some of their IPAs are solid. Absolutely solid. Really good. I'm with you, David. Czech beer just doesn't do it for me the way German stuff does. There you go. Pilsner Urquell is lovely, in my opinion. Yeah, Pilsner Urquell is a good beer. Staropramen has popped up in Sainsbury's. 10 times 440ml cans. Yeah, Staropramen's all over the place now, isn't it? Who's got the distribution rights to that one? Is that an AB InBev thing? Because it is everywhere. We've got one of the best glasses as well. The Staropramen Stein is a thing of beauty. Got one up here, and it's got... I'll get it down without dropping it on my head. There we go. That. The Staropramen glass, and it's got one of the biggest nucleation points on the bottom of it. You pour a lager in there, it goes absolutely mad. But it's a thing of beauty. You've got like the scene of the town there where it's brewed. Really nice glass. It's got a great big thumbprint on it. But yeah, lovely glass that. Really nice. That's how you do a beer glass. Added it to my try list. Mark says, shit. Also, the visit to Schlenkerla in Bamberg and drinking their Marzen out of the wooden barrels. Yeah. That is something I really want to do. Have their smoked lager straight from the barrel. I bet that was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible. Drinking their Märzen from a wooden barrel. I love the fact they still do that. Love that. Faith is still nice at 5%. Yeah, Faith is okay. Faith is okay. Nick, when it comes to Oktoberfest time, Heinga tends to be my favourite. Yeah, the Heinga Oktoberfest beer is very good. It is very good. Urquell gets tons of love, but it never quite hits the spot for me, says Nick. There you go. I'm not keen on Staropramen, but the unfiltered sounds nice. They do an unfiltered one, do they? Excuse me. Everyone, please give the stream a like. Yeah. Give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It, I don't know what it's supposed to do. It helps with something, I think. But yeah, give it a thumbs up if you can be asked. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Oh, we've got 17 people watching. I want 3,000 likes, please. 3,000 likes. Let's see if we can make that. See if we can make that a thing. Nalico 94. I don't know why I said it in a Spanish accent. Evening, Paul. I see they do Stiegel Hell in Sainsbury's now. Yes, I've heard about this. I remember trying one of the Stiegel lagers on a draft at a pub near me years ago and really liked it. I think I'm going to have to go out and buy some, aren't I? I'm going to have to pop to a Sainsbury's and have a go. I bought some beers in Sainsbury's the other day. What did I have? I reviewed one of them. Can't remember what it was now. Could have been very memorable. I bought that Pasta IPA. I can't remember the name of the brewery now. Beyond Belief they're called. I bought that. And then since I bought it, I feel like everyone's reviewed it. So I'm just regurgitating the same shit that everyone else is doing. But I found it interesting. Thanks for mentioning. I've been after Stiegl Hell from a supermarket for a while. They are Austrian, aren't they? Stiegl? Schmiegel. Pretty sure they're Austrian. Yeah, I'll grab some. I'll grab some and try that. Get a review done for you, mate. Definitely, because I am interested. They are, Mark. Yes, there you go. David's confirmed. What am I drinking? I am drinking Hebden Lager from Vocation Brewery. Very good. 5%. And it is a solid, very, very good, solid lager. Vocation from Yorkshire. Probably Spaten. You can get Spaten, yeah. See, you can get that in Sainsbury's as well now, can't you? Stiegl is Austrian. Austrian. There you go. People confirm it is Austrian, not Australian. Definitely Austrian. But yeah, so I'll have to grab a couple, give you a review, see what it's all about. It's been a while since I've had a Stiegl. Oh, that lager went down far too easily. Mark says, Paul, you and Mark and John need to do a live again, just for old time's sake. We do. It's been a while since we've all done a live together. I didn't, like I say, I've had so many people asking for lives, and I just haven't got around to doing it. I just haven't got around to actually getting it done. So I knew I was going to have a day off on Saturday, so I thought I'd schedule it. But Mark is so busy, John's so busy. John works nights now. It's getting us all together at the right time. It's getting a day where we can all just sit and do a stream together. It's become so tricky now. But yeah, we do need to do some more content, another video together, get us all together, have a few beers and chat. That's for sure. It needs to be done. Mark says we're doing our big trip to Austria next year. There you go. I've only tried the Vocation Hilltop Lager. I haven't even tried the Hilltop Lager. That's the new one, isn't it? That's the one they released a few months back. I haven't even tried that one. Mark, did I remember right? You're in Leeds. Goodness me. Gassy little bugger. It's Leeds, isn't he? It's amazing how different all the lagers start to taste after you try quite a few. They all sort of taste the same. They do a little bit. When you just drink lager, it's like, oh, it's malty. Anything else? No. Just malty, you know. So when you chuck in an IPA out, no, it's like, whoa, here we go, you know, something a bit different. Dave's a yes, mate. Oh, hang on. John works nights. Who'd have thought it 5 years ago? And a trucker. I know, who'd do a thing like that, Mark? I'd love to dust off the YouTube channel one day. This trip has reignited my love for beer. There you go. You got plenty of ammo now, haven't you, to take into a few YouTube videos? That's for sure. With that trip. Mark, need to arrange a visit, hopefully with Rob and Simo, probably next year now. Simo. Paul, have you reviewed Hawkston Lager? I have. I reviewed that probably a couple of years ago now, kind of when it was relatively new on the market. We ordered some. We put it up against John. John was working for a brewery. My mate John was working for a brewery at the time. We put it up against his lager, and we liked them both. We liked them both a lot. It's a good beer, Hawkston. It is good. Yes, David, mate. Yeah, it's malty, it's grassy, it's a little bit citrusy. Don't know what else to say. It's just nice. But having drunk I drank a couple of the Mexican style lagers, one from Siren, their Mexican lager, and then drunk the Mad Squirrel Mexican style lager. They're light, they're thin, they're crisp, they're kind of that bit of sweetness to it, kind of a bit like Corona with a bit of lime shoved in it. They've got that little bit of citrus sweetness to it. With this was a completely different style of lager. It hasn't got that light citrus sweetness to it. It's all about the malt. It's all about the body. It's smooth. It's bready. It is crisp. It is refreshing, but there's a depth to it. There's a depth of the malt bill. It just gives you more of that sort of German style Heller's lager type thing. I quite rate Hawkston. I like Hawkston. It's just well overpriced. Mark, we missed that furry little face. Well, the little furry face, should I say? Overpriced, yes, absolutely. What's your favourite Spanish lager? My favourite Spanish lager is Mahou, or Mau. You don't pronounce the H when you're in Spain. Mau. But I'm pretty sure the stuff we get in the UK now is a slightly different version. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Mau in Madrid is 5.2. I'm sure it is. And the stuff we're getting over here is 4.8, and it's being distributed by AB InBev. They've got the contract, so it's a little bit different. It's still good. Mau, but yeah, Mahou's my favourite. Red and white can. David Wilson says, bye all, great to see you live again, Paul. Thank you, David Wilson. Thank you for getting involved, mate. I do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your sesh. Dave, as ever, is out on his trails, on his beer adventures that he does every Saturday. Mark says, after all the beers I drank, one of the real highlights was the Tuscher Hefeweizen, a smaller, less heard of Bavarian brewery closer to Nuremberg, was up there with the best. There you go. The Tuscher Hefeweizen. I have to look out for that one. Is that something we could get over here, I wonder? Tuscher. Mark saying take care to Mr. Wilson. Mahou imported now is a bit weaker than it was imported 10 years ago. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure AB InBev have got the contract with that one, and they just have to fuck around with it. Can't help themselves. I want to try that one from Australia. Not damn. Heard that's pretty good. Galicia, however you say it. I'm just making noises to this stage. I'm sure it's Galicia. David, mate, have a great night, bro. Great live stream, Paul. Nice seeing everyone, old timers and new friends. Absolutely, Jim. Jim, lovely talking to you, mate. It's been really nice seeing you. I'm going to wrap it up because I did say I would. 3 hours, and I've got to start getting ready to go out. Beers of Europe stopped them at 1 point. There you go. I have to have another look. We'll be in Madrid end of August. Any recommendations of bars and beers from the chatties? Not really. There's not exactly a great craft. There's not really a great beer scene in Madrid, full stop, to be honest with you. You kind of walk into, there's a couple of beer shops where you can get really good beer, but they have it on tap. But buggered if I remember the name of them. But it's very much, you just kind of go into bars and Mahou's on everywhere. There's a couple that will have like garage beers on. There's a couple that I'll have Basque beers on. They kind of import, but yeah, generally you're just drinking Mahou everywhere. But no, I've never really done a sort of a crafty beer adventure when I've been to Madrid, to be honest. That's the one, Paul. That's the one. I quite like Victoria Malaga, but it seems it's disappeared from places near me. Pretty sure I've seen it in Morrison's. Mark says, I'm off too. Take care of your beautiful people. Have a great night, Paul. Thank you, mate. You take care of yourself, Mark. Lovely chatting to you, buddy. Peter Hodge says, oi, Sam. Oi. How are you, son? How you doing? You going out to pub? I am going to a party. I'm going to an anniversary party. It's good friends of mine. I've been married for 20 years, so I'm going to their anniversary do this evening, and it's in a ropey old social club, old football club. I used to play football for many years ago. So I'm going there tonight. It's a free bar, so looking forward to that. Good evening. Fun, interesting stream. Thank you, Nick. Lovely chatting with you, mate. Thank you for getting involved. I do appreciate that. Cheers, everyone. Hope to chat on another one soon, Paul. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers, Ben. Lovely to see you, mate. Thank you for the support. Really do appreciate it. Told says, Paul, have a nice weekend. Found your channel a while ago. Awesome reviews. Love to watch them at the evenings and sipping a few quality beers as well. Greetings from Finland. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you for getting in touch. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for jumping in. Grant says, Tatar all. Remember to hydrate. Yeah, mate. Keep drinking your water. Drink your water and beer. Cheers, Paul. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. And Enrico's here. Weatherspoon near me does Bitburger on draft, mate. Get in there. Get in there and drink it and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. He's not finished. He's 28. What does that mean? Harry, cheers, mate. Right, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Really do appreciate it. I will try not to make it as long between live streams next time. Try and get these a little bit more semi-regular. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for watching this afternoon. It's been good fun. Have a good evening, whatever you're up to. And until the next one, you take care.